There it is, countdown done. And we are live on YouTube and just connecting a second computer for Ken. Let's see, I guess I can show you. So this is his mom's computer. And then his computer, his new build, is waiting for me to click start here. And then remote control session. I'm going to make adjustment to the picture-in-picture. So there we've got his new build connected. And let's see, I've got Ken's volume turned off, and I'm not even sure if he's in front of either camera right now, or if we have more than one. Yeah, you're seeing me on both. Ken, can you hear me? Ken, can you hear me?
I hear you on both computers, but I don't have Zoom on my new system yet.
Oh, okay.
I need to put Zoom on there.
So, all right. So I'll go ahead and do that on your new computer. Here's the new build, making that full screen. Going to go to a new tab, and then zoom.us. Click over here for join a meeting. Put in the meeting credentials, 559-500-3498. Looks like a phone number because it actually is my Skype phone number as well, which I very rarely use that or even have it open. But that is another way that we can make connections. Oh, okay, so my picture-in-picture is showing up double because one of them is from Ken's mom's computer, and the other is my Zoom. Okay, so then launch meeting, that didn't actually download, did it? Like it did on the other computer. I think it might be in the background. Oh, here it is, down the bottom left corner. So that's the download. It's a little misleading the way Zoom does that. Let's see, I need to get the chat up on another screen here and find out what's going on with AVDW check. Oh, I know DVR is not working because I haven't turned it on. So here I'll go turn it on. Okay, DVR's on now. My watch is on the desktop, and Ken typed in the code himself there. So if you've got Zoom on both computers, Ken, we might get some feedback. So on one of the computers, whichever one you're at the time, you're going to have to mute this audio and the microphone.
Let me go mute the one in there.
Okay.
Mute the one in there.
Okay.
Mute the one in there. Okay. Okay.
So we've got all kinds of craziness going on here. Here, I should just stop talking until he's done that. I switch over to his mom's computer. That's what I've got there, but I'm broadcasting Zoom. So Zoom is showing all computers. So I'm going to minimize Zoom on the computer that you're not sitting at. And on that computer, I'm going to turn off the video. I'm still hearing an echo.
I do too. Let me jump.
You need the microphone muted and the speakers muted on one computer.
I thought I did that in there, but
Did you mute both the microphone and the speakers on the other computer? Oh, let's see. I've got that control right here.
Yeah, you can do it.
No, let's see. I see. You're sitting at your new computer now, right?
Right.
Okay, so here, I'll turn off the speaker on that computer.
That's weird. Maybe just connect Zoom completely off that one. Okay, I can't hear you in here.
Well, it's because I wasn't talking.
Oh, there you go. Oh, there you go.
Oh, I see. There's that microphone is muted on that computer and speaker is muted on that computer. Oh, well, those are both done. Do you have anything else playing the video besides the two computers?
Oh, I know what it is.
What?
Bet it goes away now.
Okay.
It did. I forgot I was running the YouTube feed in the background there.
Okay. So now that I stopped the camera on your mom's computer as well, so now we only have 2 images on Zoom. And let's go take a look at what's going on in chat. Actually, I want to bring up the chat window over here so I don't have to keep turning away from the camera. And LWT, let's see, I guess I can do this piece here. Go to the address youtube.com/LWTDB, which goes to my channel, and then I can launch. And mute that. And then we get that picture-in-picture craziness. I'll go pop out chat. This is behind-the-scenes stuff for everybody, isn't it? There's chat. There's a bunch of messages in chat. 13 concurrent viewers. I guess it's fair to say we really haven't started yet as far as anybody coming in right now hasn't missed anything except for maybe we'll call it a comedy show. Let's see. There's some back and forth between you and me. There's Blackwatch. There's more back and forth between you and me. Ada Rivera, hello. And Aaron, hello. Sneaking up like that, you scared those 2 old dudes again. Windows 11 may be going some changes as Microsoft refines it, from William. Mr. Funseeker 57, hello. Ada, chit chat. Yep, I'm drowning in Pepsi ATM. DVR, I have enabled it. Diet Pepsi, do you finish your new build? We're going to find out about that. Oh, hearing an echo and I'm still not caught up. Fixed. What time does a clock say? Still stuck at 2 o'clock. Oh, the choo-choo
clock. Yeah, the
clock,
train.
I guess.
Choo-choo
okay.
clock.
Echo gone. AVD good. Balance good. Watch check. Yep, it's on the desktop. Connected to both right now. So we have both of Ken's, his new build and his mom's computer both connected. And DVR. So somebody already confirmed the DVR working, and I see the switches on. 17 concurrent viewers, just lost one. Now we're at 16. Which those numbers aren't, I don't really believe very accurately anyway. Because we probably lost 2 with this comedy of getting connected. So, coming back to Zoom. Hello, Ken. How are you doing?
Good.
So I
wanted to stick around so bad yesterday, but we had things to go do. It's our only day off, so we drove about 200 miles from the time we left to when we got back.
Oh, okay.
It was a good day.
Good. Yeah, so we got 13 minutes into the live stream, and I finally said, "Hi, Ken. How are you doing?"
That's
There's there was more comedy today than what everybody saw, because I realized probably about 20 minutes before going live that I didn't even schedule it yet, didn't even create the thumbnail yet, because I was all wrapped up this morning in a new video series that's going to start tomorrow. A new, what do we call it? Playlist. And it'll start tomorrow.
Am I muted?
No, I'm hearing you. Oh, are people hearing you? That shows okay. People, are you hearing Ken okay?
I'm not. Usually I can hear myself, but I'm not hearing it now. Every time I talk, a little yellow box comes up around my video.
Yeah, I'm seeing that. That's supposed to happen.
I never noticed that before.
Yeah, that tells who's talking. So if
I don't need to hear myself. That's fine. Everybody says they can hear me, so
yeah,
cool.
Yeah. Were you previously wearing a headset?
No.
No?
No.
Yeah, I don't know why. Actually, I don't think you should be hearing yourself over your speakers.
Oh, I know what. Yeah, I probably, if I go back and unmute YouTube, I probably can, but I muted that because of the echo, so that would
Right.
make sense.
And maybe were you using a microphone on previous streams?
No, it's always been this camera,
Close.
Logitech
Well, okay.
170.
Yeah, I don't know how you could be hearing yourself over YouTube and talking through a microphone on your computer and it
Right.
not coming out as an echo. All right, so they're confirming they can hear both of us. Hello, Tony Wallow just showed up, and George Johnson, and William Dawson, Sam Van Teal, Ryan Rain One Full, Mr. Funseeker. Others I've already said hello to, I think. So what do you want to start talking about first? Your mom's computer or your new build?
I'm proud of the new build, but let's do my mom's, what's now my computer, but let's do it first because I reinstalled Windows 10, works fine, but there's a program in there called QOO box. I went to delete it and it says I can't. I don't have the permissions to do it. So I got to where I could delete the permissions, but I thought, wait a minute, I think maybe I'm going to make sure I'm doing this right before I proceed. That's why I contacted you. So if you want to bring mom's computer up.
Okay.
And
so I've got that up. You're not sitting at that computer now. You're only going to be able to see that through YouTube if that's sufficient.
Right.
Okay. Can I turn that weather thing off? That
oh yeah,
features
I haven't
thing
gotten
off?
around to that yet.
Yeah. Turn off, and then we've got on your the web browser on there all kinds of craziness. So there's a blank desktop. Okay, so there's
the only thing I've used it for so far is I've brought up Disney Plus and I brought up Amazon Prime and watched the day after or the Tomorrow War, and that's all I'm going to use it for.
Okay.
And I don't remember if it showed up in here or not because I went through this PC, C drive, program 86 programs, and it shows up in there.
Okay. I think you
testing my memory here, Doug. You're testing my memory.
I think you installed Windows on top of the existing Windows, telling it to save your
clean
file.
Install.
What do you mean by complete install?
It was clean. I formatted it, cleaned it.
Well, I'm surprised that you have a Windows.old folder. You should not have a Windows.old folder if you deleted the existing partition and installed on a non-occupied space. What do they call it on that screen? But when you go, so you booted from a USB media,
right?
And then you get to a place where you can choose standard installation or custom installation.
Right.
Which
custom.
One? You did custom.
Right.
Okay, so then you get to a place where it shows you all the existing partitions.
Right. Delete, 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 get to one partition, click next.
Okay, so you deleted all the partitions. So the one partition that you're calling it, it actually says unpartitioned space. That's what you saw?
I believe that's what it said. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, it's odd to me that you would have. Oh, okay. Well, this Windows.old, it only has a user's. Let's see. Yeah, if you delete all the partitions, it shouldn't be keeping any old
Well, I was
content.
not to interrupt you, but I was shocked because you can see Qbox up there, or however you pronounce it. And I'm like, I don't even know. That's weird.
I'm not seeing Qbox right now. Here.
It's,
Okay. Okay.
Live up right there.
Okay. Yeah, I know that I've seen that name before, but I don't know where it comes from.
Well, I don't need it. I don't think it has any function
All right.
at all.
So I'm going to get chat going on computer number 3 so I can see what's going on. And
then I probably did this the longest way possible, but I took the drive from my machine we were using before and put it in my new machine for my storage drive. So that used to be the old F drive. And then I copied all the shortcuts onto a flash drive, put them on this desktop. And then I was trying to figure out if there's a way to change all of them at once, which I couldn't do that. So I went in, all I had to do is go in, bring it up through properties, delete the letter that it was, which was F, and change it to D, which that's what this one recognizes, and they work just fine. So there's probably a way to do it. I didn't want to take the time to figure it out.
you know what? I didn't follow that very well. I was taking a look at chat on the other computer, and that got a little way deeper than I thought it was going to be. Yeah, George correctly there, I think the last comment, maybe there was a Windows feature update that installed recently. That might be the reason why you have a Windows.old. Except that doesn't explain why it only has the user profile folders. So I'm still not sure of that. So you swapped drives around?
Right. Remember in the machine, you helped me set up my shortcuts on my one machine.
Yeah.
Like that. Okay. So I took that drive out.
Yeah.
And put it in my new rig for my storage drive. When I
Okay.
did that, the new rig recognizes D drive. So when I copied over all the shortcuts off the old one and put them on the new one, it would read blah, 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 F drive, and then where it was at. So I just had to change that F to a D, and then they work fine.
Okay, this is all on your new computer, on
Right,
your
this
build.
is all
Okay,
on-
okay, that's what confused me. I didn't understand the jump from your mom's computer to your new
Oh, no, I'm
build.
sorry.
So we're looking at your mom's computer. It's your computer now, but yeah, that's where I missed the jump to that other computer. What do you mean a second drive? So this is the original drive that was in this computer. You deleted all the partitions that were on this computer and installed Windows 10 from scratch. And now we have this Windows.old, which I still haven't even got into this owner folder. I tried to gain access to it and it wouldn't let me. And that's showing June 26. That seems like that's longer ago than when you reformatted it. That's a week and a half ago on a Saturday. Is that when you
Right.
did?
No,
Does that sound like the right day?
No, I just did it the other day. Pretty
Yeah.
sure I did it in July.
You didn't do that June 26. So how
No.
does that how do you have any June 26 date on this computer? Okay, so there's the content. And then if we go look at the desktop in that old profile folder, so I'm sure you didn't put our recipe folder.
No, that's her old stuff. That's my mom's old desktop.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so how is her old stuff on that computer if you deleted the partitions and installed Windows from scratch?
I don't know. I may end up just pulling the drive, put it in my docking station format the old-fashioned way, and making sure. And then I'll do a disk part. I mean, I'll get it clean.
So because there's those old profile folders, I think that's going to be an explanation for QBox. So here I'm looking at your new profile folders. So here's a bunch of 630 dates. That sounds like when you probably actually did this reformat. And I'm noticing I can't even see the bottom right corner of your screen on that computer. So I'm going to try stretch to window, see if that fits better. No. Actual size. Nothing I do here is making a change at all. There's some strange behaviors here. And so let's go to the C drive and look at the date timestamp of that QOO box 2015. Yeah, this is looking completely like you did a installation on top of the existing installation. So you put a memory stick into the computer, shut the computer off, started it up, use the F9 key or something to get to a boot selection so that you could boot from the memory stick, so that you're not booting from the hard drive. Because what this looks like, what this is looking like is the computer is booted to Windows. You put in the memory stick and it came up with an auto launch, and you click through performing an installation. From there you would get to a screen where you're offered the choices of upgrading this computer or installing fresh with keeping previous files or with losing previous files. I'm not quoting that right.
No, I understand. Yeah, either keep or delete. And I'm 99% sure I said delete everything, because there's nothing on here I want.
Well, wait a minute. If you ever selected delete everything, then you did not delete the partitions.
Oh.
Because that's a separate installation path. If you get to the screen where you have the whole list of partitions, including the C drive partition, and delete the partitions and wind up with unpartitioned space, that's a custom installation that happens when you boot from the USB memory stick. But if you ever got to the place where you were able to select keep your old files or not keep your old files, then that is an installation that occurs by being booted on the hard drive, plugging in the USB memory stick, and it would automatically launch the Windows 10 installation screen that would look identical. I think it looks identical to when you boot from the memory stick. But that's not actually...
That's making sense. Yeah, because I do remember there was on the top, keep your files or delete everything. And I remember I said, I don't need anything, because the only use this is going to be is for television.
Yeah, those selections don't occur when you're truly booted off of the memory stick, because when you're booted off the memory stick, you get a choice of I think it's called upgrade installation or custom installation. And at that point, if you're truly booted off of the memory stick and you choose upgrade installation, it'll tell you cannot do that here. You must boot off of the C drive and then insert the memory stick. And then you can do that upgrade installation, which will give you the choice of keeping previous files or not keeping previous files. And you're recollecting that choice. So that tells me you must have been booted off of the, hard drive.
Should I redo it all and do it?
Yeah, I think that's what you ought to do. I think you ought to, we could do it during this live stream if you want to.
That's fine.
Where you restart the computer off of that memory stick. Now I'm not going to be able to be connected remotely to it, but we can get that started and then turn our attention to your new build, because you haven't done anything on this computer that you care about. You're willing to lose everything.
Disney Plus and Amazon Prime, and that's it.
Yeah.
And then we want to check out. My wife's Filipino, so we got to be able to get the Filipino channel somehow.
Okay.
And
Okay.
right now we're having issues with that because from what I've researched, you have to have it on your phone and then cast it to the television, and I don't want to do that. So,
Oh, interesting. In order to get a Filipino broadcast that comes over the internet or comes over an
yeah,
app?
here, let me. Oh, I can't show you because.
Oh, I can switch back to your computer.
Okay, switch back real quick.
All right, so I'm back on your computer.
I won't be able to see the.
Yeah, you won't be able to see it over YouTube, but you'll just see it on your
I think it's
screen.
.com. Yeah, there it is. So we're looking into this, and that's not it. Hold on. Go this route. Oh, TF.TV. Okay, duh. So everything I've researched in here shows you have to be able to cast it somewhere, and which is fine. If my logic and thinking was if I can watch Disney Plus and Amazon Prime and Paramount Plus and Hulu and everything else, I should be able to put this on that computer and watch it from here, which it's not even letting me click on that. That was my thinking, but we have not tried it yet, so I don't know.
Well, I don't see anything there that's indicating that you have to cast it from your cell phone.
Well, we're going to do the,
computer.
we're going to, well, I'll know because I'm going to sign up for this try 1 month free with the throwaway email in case it doesn't work. And then if it does, we'll do it, with the good
Okay.
email.
Well, do you want to go ahead and get started with reformatting your mom's computer before we go down that road?
Yes,
Okay.
that's fine.
Okay, so I'm going to take your computer off the screen, so that'll stop that picture-in-picture thing. Or circus mirror thing, and I'm going to switch over to catch up with chat here. And I think I was at 118. Windows feature update from George. Actually, I kind of skipped forward to get to that. Let's do zoom that to see it better. So video good. Blackwatch being humorous.
Yeah, he is.
Chit chats. Hello from Vegas. Hellos. Maybe there's a feature update. Yeah, that's from George. Ken wants you to do some singing, I guess.
Yeah. No,
okay.
he doesn't.
He thinks. And then here's this Mr. Funseeker 57. That QOO box is related to malware removal utility named Combo Fix, which I think you had that at some point on your mom's computer and trying to fix things. All kinds of disclaimers about Combo Fix. Yeah, and I have some awareness of Combo Fix. And this link would be to get us to information about that. We're not going to go look that up. We have our plan in mind. Delete the QOO box. I don't know how they pronounce it.
Yeah,
I was going to do that. Yeah, uninstall, nuke it. You have any nookie? Blackwatch. I'm not going to try to decipher that.
I think
you did. Oh, yeah, it clarifies there. I meant you did not nuke. Yeah. Okay. Who knows, man? I'm so old at times. Yeah. Okay, so I got that highlighted on both of those computers so I can see where I get caught up. So what's going to have to happen here is that you still have that memory stick that has the installation media for Windows 10, right?
yes.
Okay, so you plug that into the computer. You could go ahead and plug it in, and we'll just have a look at it through File Explorer. That's in the other room.
Right back.
Yeah. And I'll bring up File Explorer. So we don't have to do this piece. We're just going to show what that memory stick should look like. And then, let's see, let's do this. Since he's over there now, there's got the memory stick in. And let's bring zoom up here. Now you're back at your computer. So there's the content of that memory stick. Yep, that's what an installation media looks like. So you're gonna restart the computer, and what brand of computer is that again? Yeah, HP, or, well, look it up.
I don't remember. I gave her my gateway, so this has to be.
Let's go look at that, because we're going to be looking up what is the, it's a Dell Inspiron 580.
Dell, yeah. Doggone it. That was an old age moment.
Yeah, yeah. So what is the boot selection function key for that? Is somebody in chat, will you hand that to us? Maybe before I go search for it. Dell Inspiron 580 boot selection key. So here I'm going to go find it. See if somebody brings that up in chat before I do. Dell Inspiron. See my keystroke problems. Aaron says he believes it's F12.
Yeah, F12.
Let's see. Function key, boot menu. Should be easy to get an authoritative. Press and hold the power button. Boot device menu, trademarks. I'm just kind of scanning through here, looking. Is anybody actually giving us here? How do I enable F12?
Everybody's saying F12.
Yeah, yeah. System setup by F2. So if the F12 doesn't work for you, we might need to go into F2 and disable fast boot to give you more time to be able to press F12.
Okay.
But you've got to get to the boot menu and select to boot from that. Unless if it's set up to boot from USB first, it might boot to that first, but I think you ought to select it by hitting F12. So when you're in the other room, we would only be able to hear you by you yelling out unless you have some portable device that gives you the YouTube video as well. Well, no, that would have to be on Zoom. You would have to connect a cell phone to Zoom to be able to talk to us when you're in the other room. Is that quick enough to do? Do you want me to text the invitation to you, or?
What's the meeting ID?
559-500-3498.
Okay. Hold on.
I've got it.
Okay, I'll let you grab that. I better grab the flash drive.
So I muted the speaker
Plugged it in.
on his computer and muted the microphone on his computer.
So I will flip this around. Nobody needs to see my ugly mug.
And I'm
I
going to
guess that would flip it around.
stop the video on his new computer.
So I'm in here, and hopefully that's showing the. Yep, that looks like the blue screen.
Yep. And
Okay, so
do you have the memory stick? You do have the memory stick in.
right.
All
I got
right.
my finger on F12.
So here I'm clicking restart, and when you see it start the very first thing after a total black screen, start tapping away at F12, and I'm going to bring us back onto Zoom.
It's kind of ironic. We went to buy plants yesterday. I ended up buying a table saw for my garage.
Impulse purchase. They put it right next to the check register.
No, actually, this was off of Facebook Marketplace, and it was
okay.
$40, and it's practically brand new. The guy was from Vegas. It was kind of funny. We sat there and talked about Vegas more than anything.
Yeah, well, Blackwatch suggested in chat, how about through recovery options, choosing boot to USB? Yeah, I think that would have been a...
So it looks like we want USB verbatim store. That's the only thing that says USB.
Yeah, so it's certainly not the CD. It's not the SATA. So USB. Yep, that looks like it.
Okay, and then plus enter.
Yeah, now be ready. It might say press any key to boot from USB. I don't know if that's still
Oh, we got the ever popular and famous blinking cursor that Carrie just did a video on, upper left-hand corner.
Yeah, that's normal for a little while.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Patience, something I lack. So you can't control anything. I have to hit next. Install now. I don't think we need to do any repair of the computer down here, do we?
No.
Okay, let me get rid of the keyboard. I don't need that. So I'm going to click on install now. Come back to here. Should I disconnect? Yes, I should. Never mind. I'll answer my own question. Uh-oh. It's already disconnected. The internet's what I'm referring to.
Yes.
And internet's disconnect. That's not the internet. Give me 1 second, please. That's the internet, so that's disconnected. Wrong doggone thing here. I bet you guys are enjoying a beautiful shot of my ugly carpet. Okay, so now we're back to here. And the camera's on that side, so I'll hold it right there. I don't have a product key. And we're going to put Windows 10 Pro. No, we'll put 10 Home back on it. I don't need anything special. It's just going to be used for television.
You need to use whatever it used to be. You cannot change. You cannot change that here.
Right, it was Home. Accept. Next. And then now we want to do the custom install. Right?
Yes.
Okay, custom. Aha. So we want to start here.
So do you remember seeing these before, this screen?
Can the Fifth Amendment be applied here?
Yes, it can. Absolutely.
Okay, good.
So perfect.
I don't think that deleted anything.
I'd rather you say you're not sure.
I don't remember.
Okay, perfect.
Did it late. Okay, so now do I need to delete that top one?
Yes,
delete the bottom.
Delete them all, except for the one that says unallocated. You cannot delete that one.
Right. Okay, that makes. Okay, so now we're back to unallocated.
And let me make a point. This was something that Carrie mentioned also in a recent video. Is he deletes all of them, and let this installation create all of the partitions it wants fresh. Because the alternative is you could, and I do this sometimes. The alternative is we could have just deleted the C drive and just installed on that if we wanted to. I did that recently on a video because I had a partition that had Macrium Reflect image backups, and I didn't want to lose those. So you can just delete the C drive and choose that unallocated space, but it is better, more clean to delete all the other partitions and let Windows 10 set it up the way it wants.
Okay, I'll go ahead and hit next.
Yep.
And then we wait.
And this is
while
this is going to run for a while. You're not
Right.
going to have another click for a while, so we could go back to your
Right. We can go look at the new deal here.
yeah.
I
So
want to disconnect from the phone because it's hard to hold.
right.
As soon as I figure out how to do that, leave.
So I'm going to go turn the camera back on for his new computer and his microphone so we can hear
I'm
him
back.
through there. You're back.
Oh, I cannot hear you. Why can't I
Okay,
hear
I
you?
know why. I've got to do your speaker. Turn your speaker on. There.
we
Now
go.
you should be able to hear me. And I've
All
got
right.
you on Zoom. So I'm going to switch over here and catch up with... oh, actually, no, my computer's not showing me what is going out on the broadcast. So let's do this way. Get back to Zoom. I mean, to chat. Looking for... Where was I at? My last was 127. 127, some hellos, F12, Black Watch Chit Chat, F12s, Black Watch, Gary to Black Watch Chit Chat, about combo fix, command prompt run, combo fix on install, no. Jeff can't find the any key. Maybe somebody can tell him where that's located.
An oldie but a goodie.
Yeah. And my another one that my mom said back in the past is what was it? Hit enter key. Yeah, she couldn't find the hit enter key. She knew where the enter key was, but not the hit enter key. Hiya, can you hear me way up on VP row? Oh, that's chit chat. What am I doing? Clean install. Gary to me. Make sure you leave enough space because Microsoft has enlarged first partition from 100 meg to 126 meg. Oh yeah, meg. Yeah, that's horrible news, right? It's going to be hard to accommodate. For those who don't know, we are joking there. Yes, we are now. Hello to all. Hi, Mike. Run, Blackwatch. After Windows installed, all drivers and updates, and ever programs makes an image, and every programs makes an image. Let's see, there's a spelling there. After Windows is installed and all drivers and updates, and ever programs make an image. Well, after all drivers and updates and programs installed, then make an image backup. Yeah, gotcha. Since Catherine's not here, I will let everyone know I liked the video. Thank you, Aaron. Okay, 23 concurrent viewers, 8 likes currently. Jeff, have you been around since 1996? Gary, no joke. That's got to be referring back. Oh, he wasn't joking. Well, okay, I'm sure that they increased the partition from 100 meg to 126 meg, but that's tiny. That's teeny tiny. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, okay, I understand what he's saying now. Is those 4 partitions or 3 partitions, depending on whether you're on legacy or UEFI BIOS, that first partition is tiny, and Windows 10 makes that tiny. So if I delete the C partition and just install on top of that unallocated space, if that first partition is only the old 100 meg, then it might have troubles with future updates because that first partition is not large enough. Okay, I think I'm on the same page now, Gary. Yeah, so I take it back. We were not joking. I thought he was referring to the minimum size of a C drive partition, which that's not measured in megabytes. That's measured in gigabytes, but it's pretty small by virtue of what hard drives sorry, SSD drives are these days. Let's see. Jeff is saying I took my first computing course on IBM 1620 in 1966. So he didn't take it on a IBM 1966 computer in the year 1620. Other way around. Christoph, what's up? Ken's mom PC fix. By the way, print nightmare was not fixed, and Kaseya situation is scary as well. Yeah, print nightmare. So there was a print vulnerability in the print spooler for Microsoft that was discovered and reported to Microsoft, and Microsoft came out with a patch for that, but they failed. They did not patch it correctly. They only patched for the particular proof of concept or proof of vulnerability that was submitted by the white hat hacker. So the print nightmare still exists. Basically what it means is print spooler operations in certain environments and circumstances can be utilized to hack into networks and computers and execute whatever command they want to execute. So Microsoft failed to fix that. So then shortly after that fix was put out, more information was posted in GitHub, I believe it's on GitHub, about the vulnerability, such that the criminals out there on the internet could then take that information and utilize it to compromise computers. And the Kaseya situation, scary. Yeah, Gary's kind of directly involved in that. Gary Weisenberger, who's in the chat. And the Kaseya situation is, Kaseya is a remote management software that is used by a lot of MSP service providers. They manage their clients' network systems. So I believe it's at thousands of companies are affected by this. So George to Ken, if you ever use combo fix, again, you might want to copy my instructions here to remove that QOO box folder and files. Did you comprehend that, Ken?
Yes, I got that.
All right. Gary says that is correct about the partition. So he's confessing or agreeing that I finally got that right. Blackwatch says, well, Doug, this video will be a blast. It started with a nuclear explosion on Ken's C drive. We're redoing Mom's old PC again. I aired when I did it before. Doug, what all is not working? What is the motherboard? Someone always asks that. No clue why. Let's see, 146. That's just a couple minutes ago. Blackwatch is asking, Doug, what all is not working and what is the motherboard? Someone always asks that. No clue why. Okay, well, what's not working? The only thing that wasn't working that we weren't satisfied with is that you didn't actually get a clean install. So then you were looking to delete residual elements that were still there. So instead of doing that, we're redoing a fresh install correctly. Jeff says my EFI system partition at the beginning of drive 0 is 260 megabytes. Okay, so that's larger than what Gary was reporting. Did he specify EFI? I don't know. Oh, there it is. 100 meg. Yeah, he wasn't specifying an EFI partition. I would think an EFI partition is probably going to be larger than a legacy partition, legacy first partition. Chit chat. George to me, DVR apparently not working. It's turned on. Somebody else confirmed it. Can we get some more checks on the DVR from other people? Jeff is correct. That was about the EFI partition. Jeff Takeri, you're right. I have Windows 10 Pro. Yeah, for all I know, the Pro partition might be larger or smaller than the home partition. So Ken, you looked like you were about to select a different version of Windows than what was previously on that computer, and that would
Right.
not have worked
Right.
because of the digital licensing that Microsoft uses. So you got a free,
Home.
yeah, if you want to upgrade to Pro, you're going to have to pay for that.
Sure. But I don't see any need for that to have Pro on it because
No, certainly
it's just
not.
going to do one function and one function only.
So then William Dawson here says, DVR not working. Is it turned on? Yes, it's turned on. So what I'll do is I'll turn it off and then turn it on again.
A refresh.
And let's see, that's not the one I wanted to hit. I want to hit this over here. So I think you can see that blue slider.
Yeah.
Okay, that blue slider is for enable DVR. And actually, I have the YouTube stream up myself, so I can see that over here. If I try to go back, it doesn't let me go back. So my computer's agreeing that that's not there. So I'm going to click on that, switch. So that turns DVR off. After giving it a couple seconds, I turn it back on again. We'll need to give it a little time to get ahead a little bit. And then I'm going to try the J key on my keyboard. No, it doesn't work. Try dragging it back. No, not working. If I stop the live playback and start it again.
Refresh worked for me.
Oh, refresh. That's it. I bet that would have worked before. Everybody that was in the live stream before I turned the DVR on, once I turned DVR on, it was several minutes into the live stream. Then you'd have to refresh before DVR will work. Yep, so the DVR is working now for me. So people in chat, you could do a refresh, and then you should find your DVR is working.
Yeah. Let me go check on this and see where we're at.
All right. Oh, I can't.
The black screen says getting ready.
All right. I was trying to punch over to your mom's computer. I can't do that. Silly me. Okay, but what I can do is punch over to chat. DVR good from Aaron. It's on DVR. DVR working. Refresh if it's not. Yeah, so I think some people DVR was working. Other people wasn't working, depending upon whether you started watching before I turned it on or not. My car cannot check DVR. Am I going to really try to read this? My car gas my car gas in reverse gear.
So let me translate that for you.
Yeah, you do better with it than I do.
My car has no reverse gear, so I cannot check on the DVR.
Oh,
I speak Blackwatch. He just hit the G for the H and the I for the O.
so do you think it was intentional, or do you think that's him messing with
With
me?
Blackwatch, who knows?
I don't know. I don't know if he's, when he does typos, if he's messing with me or if it was just true. Oh, has I meant? Has I meant?
No,
Do you get it?
yeah, it has. Okay, so has I meant? He meant instead of gas, it has, and I'm sure the knee should have been.
Oh, my
metal.
car has. Okay, he
Yeah.
said, so I meant has instead of gas.
Yeah.
My car has no instead of nigh reverse gear. Okay, so this is a lesson in Blackwatch speak.
Speak. Yep. Exactly.
That's a thing, isn't it? Blackwatch speak. You know what? Blackwatch, you asked for it. You rag on me, so I'm gonna rag on you. It's all good. We're all friends here. Yep, working after refresh. Tony laughing. Mr. Funseeker laughing. Blackwatch is a professor at Columbia. That explains a lot, right? Can't wait. What am I looking? Oh, that's weird. I looked over here and saw you on screen, Ken, talking away, and I couldn't hear you. But that... Oh, you're still... Oh, it's... I rewound. So I'm looking way back, and I'm not seeing the short... What do we call it? What do they call it? The latency. I have ultra low latency. So there's very short gap between us talking and the chat room seeing on video. And you've seen that yourself, I think, Ken.
Yep.
So just look at the cell phone, be sure I haven't. Yeah.
We can go back to the cell phone. I can go in there and check that if you want.
Oh, I was going to my cell phone to make sure the volume's turned up so that if Gary or Aaron tries to text me, then I'll hear it. And for those who don't know this, Gary Wiesenberger in the chat and Aaron, known as ATEX, in the chat, they both have my cell phone number. They can send me a text message if something's going wrong with the stream and I don't catch it. Okay, so we haven't talked anything about your computer yet.
Nope.
Your new
build. We can jump and look at it while we're waiting on that one in there.
Yeah, so here I'm on your new build. Let's minimize your browser and minimize your Zoom. And then we're going to move this Zoom thumbnail down so it hides behind the thumbnail that I'm showing to people, which shows both of us.
Right. So this is it. Catherine got with me on Saturday or Sunday. I think it was Sunday. And she did a crystal disc mark and checked the numbers, and they were just fantastic. I've got it on my phone. If you want to run it to show everybody, it's blazing fast. And then she did one 3D mark for the graphics. It's the graphics are coming from the processor. And then everything else I brought over, that's what I was referring to, was the shortcuts that you created for me on my other system. I brought them to this system, and then it was real simple. I just went into here and did this, and I changed that letter right there from F to D, because this system recognizes it as a D, and then when you click on it, it comes right up. So I didn't know if there was a way to do that in mass where I could just do them all at once. And I really didn't try it or experiment. I didn't mind going through and checking each individual one. Literally what I did is I would do one, check one, do one, check one. And as long as it worked, which was there we go, then I was happy with what I was doing. It only took about 15 minutes. So I will show this. I want to switch it back to my C drive. So I'm happy with it. If you want to look at the specs, you can. Uh-oh, my TV's talking to me in there. I got to go see what's going on. I think it's Cortana.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So somebody asking question in chat how the Dell is doing, Mr. Funseeker.
I'll jump back on the phone.
Okay.
I need the number again. Meeting ID.
Yeah, 559-500-3498.
Join. 3, 1, 2, 3. Continue. Join with video.
Your Wi-Fi. I'll let you handle that.
Yeah, I'm working on it. Turn off the extra sound and microphone and camera. So there's 3 things I have to fix when that happens. So then let's go to Zoom. So there's asking for United Kingdom. Is that what you want?
No, that's what it defaulted to.
Okay, don't let me hold you up. Just pick the one you want from the list.
Okay, let me mute the TV because I'm not going to sit here and listen to that noise.
All right. Well, there is an icon on the screen that you could use to mute that.
Even while you're setting up?
Yeah, in the bottom left corner. That microphone button on the bottom left corner of the screen, the other left.
Oh, oh, your left, my right.
No.
No?
It's your left. Bottom left of the screen.
Huh. Is the bottom, oh.
That's the bottom left, that microphone.
There we go. Okay, good.
Yeah,
So
the bottom right has the speaker.
Okay, I did not know that. And I'm learning so much. Okay, I don't know why it's defaulting to the United Kingdom. And then I got to go find United States, which is US. Skip.
I'm suspecting that default has to do with how you made this installation USB when you download it. I think there's some choices for international version or something.
Here we go with the Fifth Amendment again, because I really don't remember.
Right.
I thought I did it from Microsoft's. I know I did it from Microsoft's website, and I thought I used the tool that you can make the flash drive with.
Okay, now hang on a second. You just went past the screen that I was hoping you would finish talking before we got past it. So you don't have to go back. Okay, you are able to see it. So I just want to point out as a reminder for people who haven't seen this before is you have disconnected the internet and you did a moment ago have a prompt on your screen asking you to connect, but you're going to click instead in the bottom left corner to say, I don't have internet. I can't afford that. I'm really, really poor. And I'm going to have a limited experience on this computer. It's what I want. Thank you very much.
Go ahead and click.
Yeah, go ahead and click on that. And we do that because otherwise you get really pushed, almost really forced into using a Microsoft account. So continue with limited setup because I'm just a poor schmuck and I just am going to live with limited capabilities. And because we're doing this, you'll be able to create a local user account very easily.
We're going to call it TV because it's not ever going to be used for anything else.
All right.
Don't need a password.
Ada Rivera is asking, Ken, did you make a video of your build?
I did not because Doug pointed out I was going to be nervous as I was doing it for my first time. So I would make mistakes and I didn't. I kind of wished I would have recorded it and then edited it, but I'm okay with not doing it. I'm not to that point yet as doing that. I'm trying to talk family members into let me build one, and I'll do it with theirs in case I screw it up. Okay, so I don't want Cortana, right? No.
Right, so not now.
Almost done.
And to be a little more specific about that, what I was aiming at in my comment is that I was kind of inclining away from us trying to do a live stream of you doing the build. And I think you might have been okay with, you probably would have been fine with setting up a camera, but just not worrying about trying to make it wind up with a instructional video.
Sure.
My main interest was for us to not be trying to live stream it together.
I perfectly understood, and I didn't have any issues with it whatsoever. And again, I had to take a 3-hour break to spend a little bit of time with the wife shopping, and which was fine. I was in no hurry. It took me 2 days to build it. So, and not because I was stuck or confused. It was just things came up that we had to go do.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to walk away for a few seconds to turn my air conditioner on.
So I'll keep the chat room going with anything. I can't tell what's being said or read anything because we're looking at my TV in my living room. And the primary function of this computer will be to watch television, either Hulu or I don't even know them all. Hulu, Yubu, obviously the Filipino channel, if we can get that to work, Disney Plus, Amazon Prime, and maybe Paramount Plus, because CBS is moving things over to Paramount Plus. A couple of shows I really like to watch, which I don't like, but it is what it is.
Okay, so I'm back, and
oh wow, that was quick.
I think you're referring to the startup of the computer.
No, yeah, no, yeah, the computer. Yes, sorry. Darn, Doug came back too soon. So I'll go ahead and hit maybe later, or should I plug in the internet now?
Maybe later.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Maybe later. So it's up and running. It's only got, but you can't see anything.
Well,
So
let's go to logmein123.com.
Okay, but I need to plug in the internet for that,
Oh,
right?
that's right. Yeah.
Okay, bear with me a moment. Oh. Okay, now I gotta figure out where this goes.
While you're doing that, I'm going to catch up with chat. So then, okay, let's do this way. Can I do this way? Yeah.
So this wants to be no, right? As far as allowing it to be discoverable by other PCs.
Yes, you want it discoverable.
Oops. I can fix that later, maybe. I don't care about that. So now we don't care about that. We're going to open up a new one. Got to go back over LOGMEIN 123.com. And that looks correct. Support connection 6-digit code.
Oh, okay. Coming up. New session. Wait a minute. What is this? Yeah, the old connection we had was still on my screen. So I just removed that. And then, so this is your computer, not really your mom's computer. What would we call it? Ken's TV computer?
Yes, that'll work.
All right, 6-digit code is 671485.
Start to download. So I have a question for you and the room. What is a preferable and or the best browser to use?
Okay, so maybe we just ask the chat room, what's your favorite browsers? I use Edge and Chrome, and I have my reasons. So other questions in chat. Gary's asking, what kind of C drive do you have on your new build?
It's an NVMe M.2, 1 terabyte, recommended by Catherine.
Okay. Let's see, and I'm looking through some more things on chat, and it's broadcasting this, so they're seeing what I'm looking through.
i7 10700K processor, 32 gigabyte of RAM, a cooler that has RGB that Jim recommended, and the price was right. It's the only reason I got it, but it's actually growing on me. I'm kind of liking it. I really enjoy it. Super fast. I just can't say that enough.
Let's see. So I'm still waiting for a ding for that connection coming through.
I'm getting it.
And a comment from Christoph, Microsoft acting like ransomware with the account nag. So that's a reference to it, trying to get you to do a Microsoft account. There's the ding. So I right click on Ken's TV computer and click start. And launch remote control session. Let's see. Gary in West Bloom, Missouri, I think. Gary's asking, are you eating, Ken?
No, not now.
I don't know what that's in reference to. Okay, so let's. George says lost the audio. Let's see. That's at 2:04. I'll scroll down, see if anyone else is complaining about audio. No, I don't see anyone else complaining about audio. Oh, then he says I fixed it.
Oh, what's going on
Audio
now?
good for me.
Just shut down.
What's the audio? The computer did?
Yeah, I have a black screen. It made a quick bleep, and I'm pretty sure. Nope, it's back.
Okay, that
What?
probably
There you go.
installed a video driver.
Okay,
You've seen Carrie demonstrate that probably.
right.
So it automatically installed a video driver in the background.
I think you have control.
Yeah, I am.
Yep, you do.
All right, so let me bring you up on a Zoom session there. I'm going to use Microsoft Edge. Of course, we don't have anything else at this point.
I only asked because Catherine recommended. I think she said WaterFox.
WaterFox.
Yeah, instead of Mozilla. So I haven't even looked into it.
Then let's see, zoom.us and join a meeting. Here, join a meeting. Now this is, I'm going to try to, I'm going to bring this up full screen because I want to try to understand what's going on here because this is kind of weird the way this works. So when I click join a meeting, that's kind of implying that this is going to join a meeting through the web browser. And it just went offline. Reconnecting. I've got a reconnecting message. Let's see. More than just, yeah, I see you still have the Zoom on the screen. I'm looking through your cell phone.
Right.
You're still connected to the internet.
No, it's not actually.
Oh, it's not? What
According
happened?
to the court, that I don't know. Let me.
Oh.
According to right there, it's
Oh,
not.
yeah.
I didn't move anything, but let me see. You know what? Let me go back in here and check I may have lost my internet. First time in forever.
All right.
That will not go well with me. No, that computer's connected.
Yeah.
Even though it says you're muted. Okay, that's cool. Let me go check my router. And I got flashing lights on the router, so that's all good. So let me go back in here.
And this is
And we still have no internet here. So why do we not have internet here? Let me unplug it. Plug it back in. Drop the phone.
ouch, that hurt.
Yeah. Not as bad as when I dropped it outside the other day. At least it landed on carpet this time.
Let's see.
Okay, why can't I do this? There we go. Okay, so, oh, I see. The whole thing fell. Bear with me a moment. Everything's in the experimental phase here.
William says, I like his M.2 drive speeds. I use the ADATA M.2 8200 series. Works great for me. Anyone else hearing the audio? What part of the build required a new table saw? Yeah, you had to buy a new table saw for this build. Jeff says, audio good. George. Gary says, raining like heck. I pulled my car to the shipping area. If a semi hasn't hit me, I won't get wet. Christoph is asking, Ken, is that a 4K TV? Because I think the browser or Windows app doesn't support 4K or HDR. So your no answer is a good answer from that perspective.
No, it's not actually. It's
So George Johnson says my favorite is Firefox. Tony says Chrome. Dan the Man says Chrome and Firefox. ATEX says Chrome mainly, occasionally Edge. Jeff says Firefox. Ada says that's preference mine Chrome since need to go to EHR's site. They'll only work on this browser.
I'm going to set the phone down a second. I'm changing the Ethernet cord.
All right, I'm going to read some more while you're doing that. William Dawson says Chrome. Mr. Fun Seeker says Firefox. Christoph says Chrome for fast performance and general support for web apps. Firefox and less privacy concerns. Rick Hubbard says, hi Rick. Chrome most of the time, occasionally Edge. Mr. Fun Seeker says, I sometimes use Brave. And I do have Brave on one of my computers. No, I have Opera on one of my computers. It's somebody's recommendation. I tried it out. Blackwatch says, Doug, will you two go back to the script and stop messing about?
Those writers, they want us to stick with their script.
Yeah. And George says, I got it back. It was my Bluetooth connection. He was having troubles with the sound.
Wow, I don't understand. That's a new cord, and I still don't have the internet.
Well, just restart the computer.
That is weird.
It happened when I clicked to join a meeting in Zoom. Or it happened just before I clicked that.
Let me make sure I do have internet. I'm sure I do.
George says there's an excellent RSS reader for extension only for Firefox. Gary says for one app we use Edge. For an old manufacturing app we need to use Chrome. All our apps are web-based. Wintermute. Hi Wintermute. Did it update the network or a wireless driver? Oh, good point. You know, it was doing those automatic updates in the background. We knew that about the display. Maybe it did an update for the network driver.
That's a good point.
Gary says they told me I could not lime green carpet in my office.
That sounds like something from the 70s.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, and I lost track of what he's referring to. They told me I could not lime green carpet in my office. Could not do what? I'm going to have to let that go. Jeff is referring to an article recommending Brave. Actually asking Mr. Funseeker how he likes it. Fire Ken's production management now. Who do you think said that?
Blackwatch.
Yeah. Gary says go to device manager to see if it's enabled. Well, yeah, that we could have done that if I caught up to that comment before we restarted. Jeff says he likes Firefox because it has bookmarks on the left where God intended them to be. But Edge can do that now too, right?
I think you have control again.
Oh yeah, I heard a blurp here. It gives me a blurp message when it reconnects. Gary does a typo correction about have. What is that first? Go to see if, I don't know. BH Ringer to George. And Gary with the taskbar on the left. Oh, taskbar on the left. What? Does Edge use the Chrome extension to put bookmarks on the left? Yeah, I don't know about that. So let me get back to the computer.
Time is off by 4 hours or 5 hours. Let's see. Or 6 hours. It's not 10 to the time come up 10:19 on the correct day, but the time is wrong.
Well, let's see what it if it's picked up your time zone yet. So we'll go up here to adjust date and time. And time automatically, but time zone is not automatic. So here, Edinburgh, London. It thinks you're in London. Is that acceptable? Now, let's switch this to time zone automatically and see how quick it picks up the right time zone. This just grayed out down here. I haven't had many occasions to test this to see how quickly it fixes this. Down here we have 10:20 p.m. Not fixed yet. And I don't know if we have to exit from here before it triggers or just wait for it. Time zone, how often? We don't want it to be checking too frequently because that's going to, occupy the CPU. And we have this English down here, which is something that I see happen when you're actually using an international installation file. So I think when you made that memory stick installation media, somewhere along the line you got an international version. All right, so I'm going to close this and watch the time down here, see if it changes. Still showing 10:21.
Oh yeah, you can see it.
Now, when you, I didn't see what you selected for privacy settings and location services.
Location only.
You did allow location services, okay?
Yes.
So I've been avoiding going to this sync now, because that should
What does that sync to?
To this timeserver.com.
Oh, okay.
This is the time server it's going to use, time.windows.com. And the last successful synchronization was this evening, later tonight, 10:07 p.m. today. So it last synchronized in its timing 15 minutes ago. So certainly if you restart the computer, that would trigger a sync, I'm sure. I'm going to go ahead and click this because it hasn't happened yet.
Is that the camera icon, right?
That thing that just popped up?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's for Meet Now. That's Microsoft's online meeting.
And it's my understanding you can't get rid of it.
I'm not so sure about that. So we got a check mark here for sync now, and it's showing the last time synchronization at 10:22, so it has failed to detect your location. Let's go look at privacy settings. Privacy settings. Let apps use advertising ID, locally relevant contact language list, track app launches, suggest content. I don't know this area well enough to know where the location settings is. We're in general. Speech, inking and typing, diagnostics, feedback, activity. Here, location. I know people are yelling at me in the chat for that, huh?
Uh-oh, I think I've lost. No, it's still there.
Allow access to location on this device. Location for this device is on. If you allow access, enable Windows to use your device's capabilities to determine location. Microsoft will use your location data and improve location services. People using this device will be able to choose if there are apps, use location services, denying access blocks Windows. Okay, so click change just to see more detail. Location on. Turn it off and turn it on.
Oh, there I'm back. Wow, I don't know what I've done.
Location history, clear location history. Got a check mark. Allow desktop apps, georeferencing. None of your apps are using georeferencing. I'm going to go take a peek at chat and see if somebody's yelling at us because I haven't my computer number 3 isn't up to date on chat. It's back a ways. Why do a sync is in our ground 0? Click sync now or wait. Which means Greenwich mean time zone consistent UK choice for keyboard. You didn't choose UK for keyboard. It was defaulting to that.
Right, and I changed it to United
Yeah.
States.
Windows 11 it still somehow is a UK version of Windows, which means, do you want to do another reinstall with the right Windows 10?
Yeah, I'd like to know what I've done wrong, actually,
right.
because
You are in the UK.
I thought I did it the right, unless I missed something when I did the...
Ada says it just changed. I don't see it changed.
That says 1025 still.
Yeah, she might have been Ada. I'm assuming female. Forgive me if I'm wrong. She might have been seeing the time on my computer when I just switched over to look at chat. So this is fascinating. Now we could manually change the time zone, and that would fix it. But this is just fascinating, and I have seen failures before. See, we can't click in here and change the time zone, but we can, if we turn this off, then we can manually change the time zone. But it should be able to detect based upon your service provider. You're not going through a VPN, are you?
No.
But I have had times where setting up a computer for a client, it just doesn't detect the right time zone, and that's even on that's on an Amazon purchased computer. So I don't know what version of Windows 10 they installed or what media they used. So if we go time zone automatically and sync now, and it still fails to fix the time zone, I'm still interested in reinstalling with the correct Windows 10, and maybe we can identify where you departed from the procedure that I'll go through. But I'm going to restart your computer and see if it picks up the right time zone. And you're on Zoom right now through the cell phone.
Right.
So then while that's restarting, I'll come back over here to chat and see where I was. Greenwich mean, found that after fast forward stopped using built-in, that's chit chat. Click sync now or wait, did not work for us. How is ground 0 on C drive doing anyway? I'm going to kind of skip over Blackwatch. Not to be mean or rude, just I don't have time to try to translate in my mind. Where is Ken? Red coats are coming. Yep. Was your computer sorry? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Ada was confirming. She was seeing the time from my computer. You should be able to set the time zone manually, certainly. Chit chat. Is the computer haunted?
Yes.
Turn off automatic temporarily. That computer has a curse. Should you create a new installer before the reinstall? Yes, that's my intention.
Still 1029.
Turn off automatic because it's a Dell. Switch automatic off. So definitely we can search automatic off and do it manually. Let's see. So I'm going to highlight my last chat on both of these computers and then come back to Ken's TV computer, and I'd like to go ahead and recreate the installation media just to see, whoops, I didn't want to do that, just to see if we can identify how the international version was acquired.
Yes.
United Kingdom, because it was trying to default to that keyboard, and So we need the memory stick in place.
Okay, I'll put it back in. Yeah, easier said than done.
Restore pages, no.
I've done it.
And then
Hold on.
media creation tool is my way of getting to it.
Okay, flash drive is back in.
Okay. So I'm not going to update now. I'm scrolling down to downloading the tool.
Right.
Is
Which
this
is what I did.
This is recollect or familiar to you? Okay. So
Yes.
download tool. This does the download. This is not creating anything on the memory stick yet. And then open file in the bottom left corner. And BA Tringer, yes, I know that I can turn off automatically and change the time zone manually. But we are choosing to go a different direction because normally this should happen automatically without having to force it with manually. So we're thinking that somehow Ken got hold of an international version. Now I'm at Microsoft.com, so there's also the possibility of doing search results like a Google search for installation media and then clicking on a website that is a UK website. Maybe that might get there, but I don't know if that is a thing.
No, I went to Microsoft.com. I did exactly what you did. Downloaded
right.
the tool.
Okay, so we're looking around to see where is there a place where you might be choosing an international version. The license, applicable notices, and license terms. Isn't that a UK spelling for the word license?
I believe so.
But I think that's Microsoft. I think I've seen that before. So accept. And up here it says ENUS in this URL.
Right. I seen that.
All right. So if it said like EN-UK, that would certainly be
That makes sense.
wrong. So while we're waiting for that, I'm going to come up here and Control L to highlight that URL, Control C to copy it, go to a new tab, Control V to paste that address and edit this part to EN-UK. I didn't need to backspace over the U, obviously. We are sorry the page you requested cannot be found. So whatever the URL is for the UK, it's not exactly the same, if it's that at all. Okay, so
Also, I noticed up here it says organize, and that's not spelled. That's English.
Yeah, this right here.
Well,
Let's don't show that again. And then let's Alt Tab to get back to this. Let's see, where's the live here? This is the one that's live.
and I clicked on create installation media USB flash drive. Yep.
Okay. Actually, you know what? Before that, I'm going to take a little detour here. Windows key E to bring up File Explorer and go take a look at this USB drive and see if there's any hint in here about UK. The place that would be some kind of a, I don't know, language file. I'm not feeling very optimistic about seeing anything here. All right. I guess I should close that because we're about to wipe out that. You know what? I want to try. I want to take a little. Yeah. Okay, not quite yet. I'll get to that thought in a moment. Create installation media. So next, this doesn't feel like we're going to be finding anything. Oh, here. United
go.
Kingdom, bingo. Recommended options for this PC. Somehow it's recommending United Kingdom for this computer. Does that make any sense to you?
No. Well, no. I mean, I know my mom took it into one of my sister's daughter's recommendation, and I honestly have an odd opinion of them. They didn't put all the memory back in. They put a lower drive in. Just I could go on, but I don't know.
Somewhere
So
back in. Now, it might be saying this only because right now it's recognizing this computer is using a United Kingdom time zone.
Right.
For all we know. Okay, look. Okay, here we go. Here's a good test for that. I'm going to go back, and then I'm going to go fix the time zone and see if we get something different.
Think it will without doing a restart?
Yeah, I think it might. So time zone automatically. I'm going to change that to no. And I'm going to go change to, let's see, minus, for you, be -6.
Wow, the United States is not on there?
Whoa, really?
I don't see it.
Oh, wait a minute. Here's another scroll
yeah, you
bar.
gotta slide
Here's
down
another
that
scroll
one.
bar. Okay.
Okay.
So I think you'll be a -6.
We're Central Time.
You're Central time. Yeah.
Yep.
There you
right there.
go. All right. And I'm just going to see what the next Central Time, U.S. and Canada, as opposed to Central America. I do think you want this one.
Yes.
All right.
Changed automatically. The time is now
so there's the
4:36.
time change. Now if we set this to time zone automatically and sync now, is it going to stick? I think it
Yep.
will. Yeah.
They
That's
changed.
sticked.
Yep.
Time zone, Central U.S. and Canada. And now let's click next and see what recommendations are for this computer. Still United Kingdom. Well, it might be that we'd have to restart. Well, heck, why not? We're not that deep into this. We can restart. That's this is all about experimenting and exploring.
I'm going to give it to the chickens and let them figure it out.
Are you sure you want to quit? Although this might be called a... Would this qualify as a nutty? Because we're going down a... I don't know if you call it a rabbit hole. It's just going down in a direction that... Does anybody care?
Yeah. I think you and I, maybe a couple others. But...
Yeah, I find this kind of stuff interesting. Christoph says, Ken, I think you can go back to your PC if that's more comfortable for you.
I'm good.
I guess he's implying that you could watch on YouTube.
Nah, this is fine. I don't know how much battery I got. Let me check that real quick.
There's some chit-chat going on. Somebody talking about kissing girls. And Tony has an emoji of a squirrel. So I think he's buying into the squirrel explanation. Okay, so here we go. Accept. Well, I think it's probably fair that you don't have to be holding your cell phone up to the computer because I'm displaying the remote image on YouTube. Yeah.
So we can go back to that if you'd like.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Because that way you can show
There's
your...
good. Okay, we're good.
Let's see. There's more chit-chat between Gary and Blackwatch. Oh, I zoned out looking at chat. Okay, so now create installation media.
Nope, United Kingdom.
Still United Kingdom. Okay, so but anyway, this is where you went wrong, but very understandable that you went wrong. Who looks at that?
I didn't.
I don't know that I do. Wow. I have to wonder if there's something in CMOS or the manufacturer of this computer or something that identifies it as United Kingdom.
No,
Or
I don't think so, and I'll tell
Yeah.
you why I say that. I
why?
bet you if you look at my new build, I bet you it's got the little ENG down in that lower right-hand corner, because I use this same flash drive to install Windows 10 today.
Right. Okay.
And we know that CMOS was clean because it came from Amazon.
Yeah, good point. Now, although Amazon, the provider could be shipping from overseas
Yeah.
or getting computers from overseas, so that doesn't
That's
entirely
true.
clear it in my mind. But it is fascinating that being installed with the United Kingdom version, the Windows 10 still failed to accurately detect the time zone that you're in. That's interesting. Okay, so let's get past this.
It is a haunted computer.
Yeah. USB flash drive. But I think this is now instructive. You know, when we're saying who cares about this, I think a lot of people care about this. When you get to that point, you need to look to see what it's defaulting to.
Right, because I
That was
pretty much guarantee you I didn't look.
That was never on my radar. You know, if it was on my radar, I would have known immediately that's what happened.
Right. So
And I didn't.
I gotta check this out. My OCD or APC or whatever it's called. I gotta check this out.
All right, we're gonna go look with you.
Yep, it says English.
Yep.
Sure does.
So that's also on the international version. But on your build, if I right click on the clock, do adjust date and time, time zone is turned off. Automatic time zone was turned off, and it's set for Central Time, which is correct. But this implies that your computer did not automatically detect time zone. Now, if we switch that on and do sync now, is it going to switch to UK? No.
No, it didn't.
It hasn't. Now, the only argument I can think as to whether you should leave this on or off, since you're not going to be traveling with this computer, there's no point for it to periodically check for time zone.
Right.
And this has to be doing that automatically at some point in time. So that would say to turn it off. Although I don't think the amount of CPU cycles devoted to that would matter to anybody. Okay.
Man. That
So-
kind of makes sense that one has that, because I use the same flash drive, so I got the United Kingdom version and wasn't watching. So we're 45% on this. Let's see. You're watching that on YouTube, so I can go back in here.
There's a couple comments here. Ada and BH Ringer are both referring to the browser. Ada saying close the browser, maybe it was picked up on entering the site, and then BH Ringer perhaps cleared the browser cache before retrying. I don't know why would the browser be identifying as United Kingdom, unless they might have been responding to somebody else's issue entirely. I'm not laughing at Wintermeat. I'm laughing at something else I was recollecting from the past. So Wintermeat Toucan for IFC, use the website with laptop, desktop. I want tfc.com. App is for Android. Apple would have to use an emulator for that. Is this referring to your international TV that you want?
Right. I think he's talking about the TFC. So Wintermute, can I?
Oh, TFC. Yeah, he says that
computer?
here. He's saying that.
And not have to use my phone? Yeah, he said, sorry, IFC equals TFC.
Yeah.
So my thinking is, if I can download that app onto that computer. Once we get it working correctly, I should be able to log into the website like I do everything else, and it work with no problem, I would think. No, I'm still on the phone. Okay.
Yeah, you're on the phone. I'm hearing you. I was a little bit distracted in trying to comprehend both what I was reading and what you're saying at the same time. So you're talking about what to do with this. It's looking to me what Wintermute is saying is use the website with a laptop or desktop.
Right.
For TFC. And he's giving the address here. I want tfc.com. The app is for Android and Apple. You would have to use an emulator. Oh, so is he saying that you'd have to use an emulator on a laptop PC?
Yeah, he says can play TFC in a browser. Do need to log in, use a browser, not an app. Okay, good.
Okay.
So,
yeah,
good.
That makes sense.
So I'm not going to need the MEMU or the BlueStacks in. That's great. You just made my wife happy.
Okay, good.
I'm not jealous at all.
By default, that switches in the off position. Oh, George is saying by default that auto detect time zone is in the off position. Almost 2 hours late. Jim missed a ton. Kind of, yeah, but I think you're fine jumping right in with us. Rick, it's odd because when I make Windows 10 flash drive, I only get US version, but it doesn't bother me. Yeah, well, that's interesting. Well, Rick is in the UK. So he's saying it's odd when he makes a Windows 10 flash drive, he only gets US version.
But I get the UK version here.
So I'm thinking that when he gets to that place where it says recommended, he would need to unselect and change to the UK version. He's kind of implying with the way that he wrote this that he can't make that alternate choice. But I'd have to question if he tried removing that check mark that says use options for this PC. And then you should be able to make it for a UK version. Wintermute can play TFC. Yeah, you said you read that one already. And then chit chat here. Blackwatch what? He's probably responding to something I said earlier and I don't know what it was. Or he's correcting a typo. I don't know. Okay, so your Windows 10. Okay, so I want to take a moment to test something.
Sure.
What I'm going to test is I have turned off a delay on my microphone and my speaker, and I want to see. I want to see if I can do this Zoom session with you during a live stream without these stupid earpieces in my head. Because there was a point in time in the past, situations were different back then where I felt that I needed to have it. So I'm going to unplug this headset from the speakers so that I can hear you over my speakers. And see if this is causing a feedback. So go ahead and talk, Ken.
All right.
A little more.
For the app interface and the no, I don't. I prefer not to use an app. I prefer to be able to log into the website suggested that I want tfc.com. In fact, I will. We're not watching. Want.
Okay, now let me ask chat. How's the audio? Is there any echoing problem? I haven't seen anything happen in chat since I unplugged that.
Hey, Doug, if I could get a favor, can you jump over to my new build for a moment?
Right.
I want to ask Wintermute specifically, and we are there now. I'm hoping. I can't tell, but here.
Okay, looks like I gotta plug this back in.
Echo, echo, echo. Ken has an effect on his voice. That's because I got helium. So winter, I went to here.
You're kind of dropping out a lot, Ken. Are you on a Bluetooth?
No, I'm on my phone. I can go to back to the computer.
Yeah, let's see. You're at your computer, so let's shut down your phone and
Start back at the computer.
yeah. So I'm doing the
Yeah, there's it. Yeah, I'm leaving the phone.
Okay, now I gotta get your Zoom session video and microphone back.
All right, so I'm back.
Yep, you're back.
Okay.
And then
All right, so as I was explaining to Wintermute, I went to iwanttfc.com and it takes us right back to the same place as the other one. So I'm guessing stream on web is going to be what I want, which I can worry about that later down the road. That's fine.
that looks like
Honestly,
that looks like the right choice.
yeah, that's what I would. So if I click on it, but I can't get anywhere, I bet I got to click on start the 1 month trial. Yeah, I'll figure all that out. And it's just, excuse me, it's just a money saving cost. We pay AT&T $27 a month to have the Filipino channel. It's only $12 on here. So it's about a, what? I think overall I figured out I'm going to save about $500 a year on my TV and cabling, and I'm going to have what I want.
Sounds good.
Plus, when it rains, we lose the satellite. When it snows, we lose the satellite. If a breeze over 6 miles an hour comes along, we lose the satellite. And I don't lose the internet that often, so I'm okay with that. I got to figure out how to DVR it. So, Jim, if you're watching, there are my speeds from Crystal Dismark that were briefly shown.
Oh. Oh yeah, because we started that a while back
Yeah.
and never looked at it.
So I ran it on my old machine that has the SSD that you helped me hook up. And this thing is nearly 12 times faster than that SSD. That's how old that was. And it's a Samsung 256, 850 Evo, I believe. It was just mind boggling. It really was. So I'll need to run back in there to see what the status. Oh, you can switch over there though, right? To see where we're at on the other one?
Yeah. Yeah, 55% creating media.
So may I ask another dumb question?
Yeah.
Had we done this on this computer, would it be faster writing to that flash drive? I'm thinking it would be, because the overall system's faster.
Well, certainly if the USB port that you're connected to is a USB 3 instead of USB 2, that could make a difference. The CPU speed difference, I don't know if that would make much difference for creating a memory stick. I have not tested it, so I have to say I don't know for sure.
Right. I don't either. That's why I asked.
Generally, I would think yes. I wouldn't be at all concerned about it. I did make a USB installation media recently, but again, I didn't time it. I didn't pay any attention. Let's see, Wintermute C, login top right. Do you have a login there? So he's referring to your to that TV thing. Let's see. There's a login. Yeah, up here.
Oh, okay. So, okay. Yeah, we haven't created the account yet.
Yeah, so certainly that'd be part of that trial.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's just frustrating. I mean, literally 5 drops of rainfall and the satellite goes out. It's just ridiculous. When we were in Vegas, DirecTV was awesome because we didn't get no rain in Vegas.
Mr. Funseeker says he's a cable cutter. Oh, okay, so cutting from the services, from cable service or whatever service provider.
That is a possibility, yes.
to not watch TV over whatever the TV provider is. He's got a connection to be doing internet, I presume, although that could be just from cellular for that matter.
Internet.
So, Mr. Funseeker, let's find out. Do you have an internet service like into your home, or do you just use mobile devices?
Now we have internet.
No, not to you, Ken. Mr.
Oh.
Funseeker 57 in the chat. Blackwatch second degree. Oh, this is
Blackwatch, sir. Can I give you another damn answer? Yes, please. Thank you, sir. May I have another? Anybody know what movie that's from?
second degree. Okay, skipping through some of the chit chat. How far along in the USB? I think we checked that after that question came up. I remember hearing about
Right,
RPG.
I agree. The DVR is going to be the problem. You're exactly right. So, can I spitball a thought here with not only Wintermute but the group? Can I not figure out if I can get some kind of a screen recorder? And
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I've done that.
Okay.
You could do, you could use what's the OBS would do it, or
Okay.
or anything that's going to record something that you're showing on your screen. But OBS is a little bit heavy for that, meaning it has a lot of capabilities beyond that. But you already have that, don't you?
On my old machine, I did.
Oh.
I haven't done it. I mean, other than I brought everything over, I still haven't put OBS on here.
Well, the other one would be Camtasia. I've done that, and then the catch is that some screen recording softwares may prevent you from recording copyrighted content, so that might take a little experimenting.
Well, on the machine I gave my mom, I had a old screen recorder from the 1930s, and I actually did record Disney Plus with no problem and put it on a flash drive and move it into the other TV. So I should be all right. No, I've not BH Ringer checked out Plex. And let's see, somebody mentioned fiber optics. Oh, Mr. Funseeker. I live in Central Illinois, Eastern Illinois University, if anybody wants to look it up. Tony Romo, didn't know that till I moved here. We do not have fiber optics. We probably never will have fiber optics. We are a small rural city in the middle of nowhere. This kid coming from Vegas to here is 2 years later still adjusting.
And good night. Good night.
I grew up in Indiana at the crossroads of two state roads, and that was it. Population of the town was probably 30. So I'm used to the small city. But between the military and overseas and San Diego, Vegas, now back to here, it's all right. It's good.
So this is Mr. Funseeker responding to my question about what he's using for internet. He called himself a cable cutter. Internet through AT&T using fiber optics. So this would imply to me he's only doing internet, not doing TV through AT&T Uverse, and that was, let's see, trying to remember the name. The one recently where it had the radio interference with the AT&T Uverse.
Yep,
The
I remember
AM
that.
radio interference. So he was also AT&T, just the internet. 100 megabits per second, chit chat, OBS, my gosh, okay. It's falling for that one again. Chit chat, Starlink. Yeah. You know Starlink? Ken?
Who?
Starlink, Elon Musk's satellite.
Oh, yeah. Now my neighbor's looking into that, but from what I've researched, I don't think I'll ever get it.
Yeah, I don't know that that's even available yet to the public, is it? I don't know.
I don't think so. I think he split it for a test.
Yeah, is Mr. Funseeker saying that as a joke, or is that a serious consideration? I can't imagine that's I would think that that's going to have to be expensive because it's going to reach into areas that can't get internet service currently, or
Right.
get really lousy internet service. Gary says, I inherited a farm in Kentucky, 40 miles from Cincinnati. I have 2 1 gigabyte connections. Wow, awesome. In a rural location in Kentucky, 40 miles away from the city. He has 2 1 gigabyte connections. And that's the home business that his wife is running from home, if I remember correctly. It has 1,000 people on the farm. He's got a farm in Kentucky with 1,000 people on it. Wow. That's a lot of people. USB flash drive is ready.
Awesome.
Clicking
So do
finish.
you want to jump back to the phone?
Yeah, because we're gonna reinstall Windows again.
Oh, my long-term memory. Meeting ID, please.
559 500 3498. And yes, Gary, I know that you meant 1,000 people in the city. I was having fun. BH Ringer says Starlink available only in certain areas and there is a waiting list. All right. Dan the Man, Starlink is $500 up front and $100 a month. It's actually not as bad as I thought it would be. All right, I got to do some switching of things here. Let's get on Ken's new build. I need to mute speakers, and on the Zoom, I need to mute the microphone and the camera. Then get back to the TV computer, and there we're seeing it, and then we'll bring that full screen. Okay, so you got the memory stick is in, obviously, because we just created it. So we're going to do a restart here, and you'll be ready on the F12 key.
I got it ready.
See, 17 viewers currently watching and 12 likes. And thank you, everybody, for being here.
Still no Catherine?
Nope, I haven't seen Catherine.
It changed. It did say something a while ago different than verbatim store. It had something after the store. So that's good.
Yeah, it did.
Enter.
Let's see, what am I...
And there's the flashing cursor up there.
Let's do this way. Yeah, so that USB had a different name this time.
Yes.
That's curious.
That's
just
par
with
for the course with me.
Different version of the Windows installation media. That's interesting.
Good.
Now, let's look at this closer. Let's look at this screen closer.
Okay.
So, in theory, this must have said United Kingdom last time around, and we didn't notice it.
Right. I would agree.
Do you think so?
It almost had to.
Seems like
Maybe.
Keyboard US. You know, of course, somebody could scroll back using the DVR. You could open this video in a second tab so that you can still hear what's going on this tab. You could open up the same video, and you can just right click on the tab up at the top of your browser and choose duplicate. That's going to open it into a separate tab. Then you can use the DVR to scroll back and see if we showed this. the first time around. So did we show those language indicators? Okay, so go ahead next.
Install now.
I'm going to read chat out to you a little bit. Cox in Las Vegas is $90 something per month for 150 megabits per second. Oh, yes. Do you have the internet disconnected?
Doing that now.
All right. You can find out if you can get Starlink services, and The Manor is in the chat now. Hello, The. And he's posted a link to find out if you can get Starlink service. Surprisingly, the URL is www.starlink.com. I wonder how much Elon had to pay to get that domain name. It's hard to believe that was available. Gary says Catherine is playing with her cats. Okay, so here's you got your partitions. Now, wait a minute, how many partitions are on there already?
3.
3.
Yeah.
This is your mom's computer. Do we know it to be a UEFI BIOS?
No idea.
I'm
No
wondering
clue.
if we want to go check that first, because maybe it's set up to run in legacy mode. This would be the ideal time for us to check on that. You can convert a legacy mode MBR partition to GPT, and we've shown how to do that. But since there's only 3 partitions there, that's implying that this is a legacy BIOS, if I understand that right. So I believe we saw earlier that F2 is for your CMOS setup. So just go ahead and do a Control-Alt-Delete. Be ready for F2 to try to get into BIOS. BH Ringer says to Ken, Catherine was having her second vaccination yesterday. Perhaps she had side effects. Fingers crossed she's fine. Yeah, absolutely.
Control-Alt-Delete's not functioning.
Okay, well then just click the X in the upper right corner and show this. Show this on screen. There's an X in the upper right corner, isn't there?
Yep.
Yeah,
Right.
you can do that to abort this installation. I wonder how many people were stretching their heads upward trying to get you to point the camera higher to show that X. I was. I think they must have seen me on the video. I was kind of stretching my neck up trying to see
Oh,
that.
your computer
X
might
better.
restart. That's good. Okay, so we do want to cancel it.
Yeah,
And then F2, I believe it was.
yeah. So you had a confirmation message there for canceling that. Yeah, F2 setup, it said in the bottom right corner.
All right.
All right, so let's go look through this. Let's start. How about around the perimeter? Does it say anywhere that it's in legacy or UEFI?
Nope, I see system info, standard CMOS, advanced BIOS.
Perimeter. That means the edges around the top or the bottom.
Nope. Nope. Nowhere.
All right, and it does show 2009 and version 2.67. Okay, I'm going to write that down. Okay, so now boot device advanced chip. It might be advanced chipset features. Let's go look up the menu options. Advanced BIOS system. Let's start with system info, see if that tells us whether we're in legacy or UEFI. I don't know where we go for that. I think it's just the enter key when you're highlighting it.
Yeah, I have no mouse, so.
Oh, that's on a TV, right. Service tag. You know, we got a service tag there. Let me write that down while we're here. What's the service tag?
19 Victor, 7 Kilo, November 1.
All right. Zoom out. Right side of the screen? No, the other right? Okay. All right, fine. So let's go on to a different menu option.
So escape.
Yeah. And then standard CMOS feature. I think, oh, advanced BIOS. Let's go straight to advanced BIOS. Shouldn't that be it? CPU feature, yes. No. Escape.
Escape.
Yep, escape. Go to standard CMOS features. System time, SATA, nothing in here about legacy versus UEFI. Escape. William is asking, has the BIOS ever been updated? I'd probably say we don't know, but probably not.
I can probably guarantee you it has not been, but
I've seen where other
still, I
countries.
don't know.
Let's see, about advanced chipset features. Onboard controller, SATA mode on board. No, not there. Escape. Next, boot device configuration. Certainly it's not going to be there. Okay, escape. Then what's on the right side? Power management. Oh, BIOS secure. Yeah, let's look at power management. I'm sure it's not going to be there. Can you move your finger away from the camera lens? Okay.
Yep, sorry.
Suspend what time, remote, AC recovery, no. Okay, does the right side have options or just instructions?
Just instructions.
Yeah. Okay, so escape. And then BIOS security features. When Carrie was going through this the other day, somebody in chat was saying it's under security. So let's go in here, and that's only if it's available. Supervisor password, so no. So I'd have to say that this BIOS is a legacy BIOS and doesn't have the capability of UEFI, and I just saw at the top 2005 date. So yeah, this BIOS does not have a UEFI. So updating the BIOS might be a solution for that. Now at the moment, we still have a valid Windows 10 partition. We were beginning to reformat it. We didn't get to that point. We never did. We didn't get to the point of deleting the existing partitions.
Right, we stopped there and backed out.
All right, so I'm thinking we should go ahead and boot back into Windows 10 and update the BIOS. And this BIOS doesn't have a place to do it within the BIOS. Down at the bottom, does it have an update BIOS
Nope.
option?
No, I don't see one.
Yeah, I think this BIOS is too old for that. Yeah, so.
I don't think you can update the BIOS though.
Oh, sure you can. Why would
really?
you? Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't think one's available. Unless I looked up the wrong thing.
Oh, because you've looked before. Well, let me go ahead and look because I have the service tag. So I'm going to bring up my computer number 2 on screen and do a quick catch up with chat. DVR. Oh, V Manor says that in DVR the BIOS is legacy, so he found that in the DVR. Showed UK first time with install. Yeah, well, we think that's because that's how he created the installation media. Going back up, there's Catherine's vaccination. So there's Blackwatch. I've seen other countries shown before, not sure why that country is selected. I think it's got something to do with the history of the computer somehow, that the Microsoft website was sensing that it was a UK computer. Legacy showed UK the first time installed, Smart A's, longest fresh install of Windows 10 ever. Yeah, that's right. Mr. Funseeker, be right back. BIOS never been updated. More expensive than domain. You pick on my spelling. Oh, that's chit chat. SATA mode, ATA. Oh, Tony's saying SATA mode, ATA. Yeah, we're going to look at the hard. Stay in the CMOS setup there. We're going to go look at that.
No problem.
Gary asking if we get paid by the hour for this process. That's What do you Yanks know about spelling anyways here? It's all up to us. You keep dropping. And that's chit chat. Okay, so caught up there. So I'm going to come back to Zoom and look for the hard drive, the drive. Let's see, where is that? Boot device configuration. Let's go to that. Let's see, what did he do? Boot device settings configuration hard drive. Can you hold a little more steady on the steady cam device? First boot device. Oh, much better. Boot settings configuration. I want to look back. As Tony's saying, SATA mode is a versus AHCI. I think it's a boot settings. Press enter on that one. Boot settings configuration. Let's see what we get. Nope. Escape. Go to the next one. I'm sure it's not going to be there. SATA escape. Nope, not in here. So escape. That was boot device. Advanced chipset. Let's look at that. I'm looking for the place there where you choose.
Right there, SATA mode ATA.
Oh, yeah, bingo. That's it. Is that what he said? Yeah, Tony said SATA mode is ATA. So press enter on that one. We want a AHCI. And enter. Now at this moment, we're not going to be able to boot to that drive. So before we save this and exit, let me go check on that service tag. And you can relax with your phone if you want to. So I'm going to Dell.com and support and product support and put in that service tag 19 Victor 7 Kilo November 1. When I was writing that down, I thought I'm never going to be needing that. What am I doing? Oh, bad news. Bad news. Your warranty status has expired.
Uh-oh.
2011. I guess you better stop using the computer.
Yeah.
Drivers and downloads. And then scroll down. I don't want to do any of this search stuff here. And Windows 7 is this chosen system, so Windows 10 is not listed, which is fine. It's just not supported by Dell, not tested by Dell. Doesn't mean Windows 10 won't work. And I'm not seeing any BIOS updates. We should be seeing it here.
I couldn't find any, but I didn't go as in depth looking for it as you were.
No, they might not have ever issued a BIOS update for it. That's totally possible. This is a comprehensive list of all available downloads. Don't see the one you want. Category, keyword. Here's a category of BIOS. Oh, we did find it. We do have a BIOS update. Popular this PC, it's for A07, dated December 23rd, 2010. I remember seeing two different, you still have it on screen. So bottom left corner, the main stream. Escape to get back to the main menu. 2.67 copyright through 2009. So this BIOS update is 2010. Now that doesn't match with the 2.67 version. How about the top of the screen? Setup utility, American Megatrends out to the right. 2005. Keep going. Is there anything more to the right after the letters Inc?
Nope.
Nothing after Inc. Okay. So coming back to look at more detail about this BIOS. Version A07, file name. This is a Dell Inspiron 580, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, we've got a BIOS update. And does it tell me what it will do? View full driver details. Build date is November 13th, 2010. Release date, December 23rd, 2010. It's recommended. CPG BIOS. Consists of BIOS executable. Install from any Windows DOS environment. Ensure integrity has the hash. So it doesn't tell us that it is UEFI. Alrighty then. I'm going to bring chat back up, seeing if somebody's telling us that it's pointless to do that one or not. Last BIOS for this computer is A07. Agreed. The manor. Windows 7 BIOS. Yeah, it's... Well, BIOS isn't an operating system dependent, but it was during the Windows 7 days. I think building a new system would have been quicker. LOL. We're learning here. We're learning here. Learning and growing. Tony says system information. Yeah, we can go to system information to see if we're in legacy, but I think that's pretty clear. Sysinfo in BIOS for the manor. Sysinfo in BIOS. Tony, it's automatic. System information. Gary, Tony, Windows XP, Dell Optiplex. Okay, so I think sysinfo in BIOS. So the manor is saying sysinfo in BIOS. Okay, go up to sysinfo. The top menu option there. BIOS info A06. Okay, that's what he was telling me to go there, because we know that the BIOS update we have available is A07, and this one is A06. So that's what he was leading us to. And that A06 is a 2010 BIOS, July 6. So the A07 is only a few months newer. Not very impressive. Could we suspect that a 3-month newer BIOS is going to give us UEFI where this one doesn't? Seems unlikely.
Not only that, but as long as the system's going to work to do what I want it to do, I don't really think BIOS needs to be updated.
No, it doesn't. And do you care about UEFI? You're going to be using this for a television computer.
Right.
And yeah,
So
we've been talking about learning stuff, but I'm inclined to not do that.
So escape,
Yeah, escape.
F10,
Yeah, yes.
and we get that, and we want to hit OK. Now, do we want to go let it boot up completely, or do the F12?
No, I think do the F12. I think we've kind of decided that BIOS update isn't very attractive. It didn't identify itself as a UEFI capable. It seems highly unlikely that 3 months newer is going to be UEFI, and you don't really care anyway.
No, it's going to have one purpose and one purpose only, and as long as it does that, we're good.
Yeah. So even if down the road, once we get this up to Windows, we could still install the BIOS update and just see for a confirmation that it does not give us UEFI. Oh,
United States.
Well, yeah, that went to United States because we selected that when you created the media.
Right.
So it's defaulting to United States.
So next, internet's still unplugged. Yes, it is. Install now.
So my exclamation there of "uh-oh" is that Wintermute is informing you that you're not going to be able to upgrade that to Windows 11. After
That's
all.
fine. Doggone it.
Yeah.
Well, let's stop. We're done.
So Gary's responding to Jim, but I think it has to do with our endeavor. Gary is saying that walking to the moon would be quicker than what you and I are doing right now.
Oh, I agree. This is...
Yeah, we
okay,
agree.
so we're back to here. So delete all these, right?
Yes. Now, interestingly, if the last time around, if you didn't delete all 4 of the partitions that were there previously, we wouldn't have ever discovered this, because I noticed this because this screen only had 3 partitions. So somehow, because the previous time was, we think, an upgrade installation rather than a fresh install. So we don't know the entire history of that drive. Is this
Okay, so you can watch this. I'll go back in there.
Is this the original drive for that computer?
I don't think so, because when I tried to research it, I believe this computer came with a 1 terabyte. It's only got a 750 gigabyte in it. And again, my sister's daughter took it to one of her friends to do something with it, and I who knows what they done. I know it only had 3 sticks of memory in it, and that was ridiculous because you've either got 2 or you got 4. So I'm going to shut the phone off and have you jump back over to the computer.
All right.
I'm on the computer. Good. So
I'm guessing that hard drive had been formatted in a Windows, on a UEFI Windows 10 computer previously. And that's why it had 4 partitions.
All right, I'm going to plug my phone in and charge. I'll be right back.
All right. All kinds of crazy screen images there.
All right. So here's the $1 million question. We get this one all done, and the English goes away, and Windows Old goes away, and QBox goes away, and it's back to a functioning state. Do I need to redo this computer as well to get rid of this, or does that really matter?
I don't think it matters. So
Okay.
You're referring to this English thing down here.
Right.
Now, let's see, let me fix this image a little bit. So I've got your new computer on screen now. So this thing, the display language on the taskbar, let's see, that would be select which icons appear on the taskbar. And here's location, language. I think there's actually a different place to get this. Update status, no. So I'm only looking at the ones that are switched on currently. Yeah, I remember there's a place where we can turn that off. Yeah, let's see, desktop icons, themes, and related settings. And then desktop icons over here on the right. No, not recycle bin. So no, I'm not getting that. And again, would be legitimately criticized again for why take the time to figure this out. Turn off language in systray. Right click taskbar, navigation power, notification area, turn system icons off. turn off language bar or input indicator. That sounds like the right thing, but it wasn't in the blurb. Input indicator. Is that what it is? Language bar, input indicator, advanced settings, language list. It doesn't actually show us here that, yeah, input indicator. I probably wouldn't have recognized that as being it. I don't see input indicator.
I don't either.
Here, change your language preferences. Windows key, language preferences. That's giving me a search glass. This has language settings. Display
Yep.
language, United Kingdom.
Can't change it.
Here, English United States, language pack available. So you actually have a language pack right now for the United Kingdom by virtue of that. So English options, language pack, download, regional format, add a keyboard, handwriting, speech, regional foreign language pack. That's curious. Right, so I'm putting you in half screen to go back and catch up with chat. Gary was asking, did this computer have Windows 10 to start with? Not originally, certainly, but it's had it for a while, hasn't it?
Are we talking Mom's old computer?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it had well, I believe Windows 7 on it originally.
Okay, BH Ringer gonna come back. Fun is learning, not just the fix. Absolutely, William, Ken, and I are on the same page with you. Still renting in Michigan for Gary. Playing around with it, not joking. Yeah, so Gary to William in regards to the fun is learning. Yeah, I think we're all saying the same thing there. BH Ringer is expecting rain on Friday. Fun seeker really won't matter, Ken. So that be in reference to that English icon in your sys tray. The Manor says, looks like AO7 is only BIOS. So you currently had AO6 and AO7, the Manor is telling us is only BIOS, according to a link that he's posted. Thank you. Wintermute, check settings, time, language. Do you have multiple language, multiple keyboard layouts? Ada says a settings keyboard layout. The only thing, yeah, that sounds familiar. Funseeker is suggesting Carrie's Windows tool. We could do that. I have it if you don't. The wife just called. Why are you late for dinner again? Blackwatch to Gary. Now that you speak more languages, Ken, how many ankle biters do you have there? Again, of course, that's Blackwatch. So, settings, time and language, language, multiple keyboards, settings, keyboard layout. So Let's go this way. Windows key, settings,
Blackwatch,
keyboard.
if you consider the chicken's ankle biters, we have 16. I'm pretty sure you're referring to the dogs. We don't have.
So here, keyboard layout, we've got US. So that's as we want. So that was from Ada, from Wintermute, settings, time and language, language.
Oh,
Hello.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, I did. I'm deeper into settings. Let's see. He said settings, time and language. Let's actually close that. Settings, time and language. And then I think we're in time and language. Time and language, then language, multiple language. So time and language, then language. English, United Kingdom, Windows display language.
Ah, there we go.
There we go.
United States.
Now watch that E and G in the bottom right.
Yeah.
Windows display language needs to sign out. We were having a download going on for the language pack. I'm kind of ready to abort that anyway. So we'll go ahead and do that. That means I lose the Zoom session. And he'll put in his PIN number. I think that's a grandbaby there. Gary says there may be a problem loading Windows 10. Everything working. Check Dell site for that computer. Let's see. Let's get back into Zoom. Launching the app instead of through the browser. And the drop down should show the prior meeting. Remember my name.
Back.
He's back.
And the English is still there.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I recollect another place for turning that, getting rid of that. And it was a fairly simple thing. Touch keyboard, Windows Ink, people, task view, news and interest, search. Sure, we still got that off. Taskbar settings. I'm sure it was not in taskbar settings.
No, when you hovered over it, it said something about to change it, but I didn't catch it.
When I hovered over what? English?
Yeah, so it says to switch input, press Windows key and space. But now it's showing, it says United States though, when you hover back.
Because that's the last change that we made. So if we wanted to switch Windows key and space bar.
Oh yeah, it pops up and I've seen it. Okay.
Yeah, you have to keep the Windows key held down. Okay.
Oh, wow.
So.
Do I dare go down this rabbit hole? Oh, I dare. I dare.
What?
Oh, I'm thinking out loud here. So if I really would want my wife to run the computer, I could put the Tagalog language pack on here so it would show her. Never mind.
Oh.
Don't want to do that.
Oh, wow.
No, don't want to do that.
That would be ambitious.
Nope. Nope.
Let's see. Settings keyboard carries Wi-Fi.
But chat can verify for me. I was thinking of her for a brief moment.
All right. So Gary says there may be a problem loading Windows 10 and everything working. Check Dell site for that computer. So that would be for the other computer.
Right, and I can answer that question.
That computer has a history of running with Windows 10. It has had Windows 10 on it for some time.
Right.
Previously. So,
But to answer his question, research did reveal at one time that Windows 10 would not work on that computer, even though Windows 10 was running on that computer.
Well, now, what do you mean by that research? If you go to the Dell site, they'll tell you it's not, it is not
compatible,
supported on that computer. It's not compatible. Right. Yeah. All that means is that they haven't tested it. But I've installed Windows 10 on lots of computers that the manufacturer does never document it as being Windows 10 compatible, and they've worked fine.
Is that because they want you to buy a new computer?
Well, no, it's because they don't want to spend the money to test it on
okay.
older model computers. Of course, they want you to buy a new computer as well, but they're not going to test. They're not going to go test and then not. They're not going to go test old computers, find out, yes, Windows 10 will work, but not tell you that because they want you to buy a new computer.
Sure.
But they're not going to spend the money on testing old computers, and that's what happened when we had a bunch of computers with Windows 7. The manufacturer did come up with drivers for some of their recent model computers, and they didn't have to do that. If they wanted to buy new computers, they could have just not done that, but they did. Right. So, Blackwatch ankle biters, I don't know what that's about. Wintermute, you there? Display language was UK. You were there. Display language was UK. I think that's just.
See where we're at.
I don't know what that was.
Check this one out.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Blue window with a circle on the other one.
All right. Oh, that was installing Windows 10. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Wintermute, I think, has got it for us. Settings, personalization, taskbar. That sounds like it. Let's go try that one. Okay.
Yeah,
so,
when it disconnected, I'm just seeing the blue screen and you in the right, which that's fine, because YouTube disconnected for some reason.
Oh yeah, well we did a restart. So let me go ahead and get this, and then I'll let you.
Well, you're fine.
I'll let you do the YouTube. So anyway, he's saying settings and then personalization.
Upper right.
I'm looking at a really tiny screen, so thank you. And then taskbar. Is it on the right side?
I don't see. Oh yeah, bottom, very last one. Left side, bottom.
Oh, there.
And
then next is turn system icons on or off. Oh,
all the way to the bottom and notification area.
Yeah. Oh, see, I've been to here. I went into here several times. I didn't go into here. I went into here a few times trying to get it. So turn system icons on and off because that's a system icon. That makes sense. There's the input indicator. In fact, that Google search I did, this is what it was telling me to do. I just missed getting to the right screen.
So when you click it, I'll watch.
Yeah, all right. And I've got that on YouTube. So
it's gone.
Boom.
Oh, my goodness. Thank you.
Ay, caramba.
So do you think Meet now can be ever deleted off the system? Oh, we're talking to the other computer's talking to me, so I'll get the phone.
All right. Oh, Meet Now is on the other computer. It's not on this one. Right? Is that Meet Now? That's not Meet Now. That's Zoom. Oh, you're picking up Zoom on your phone?
Yeah,
All
I
right.
was trying to go using the history, but it won't let me. So join a meeting, 559, 500, 3468,
3498.
98. That's close.
I'll tell you the trick to memorizing that when you're ready.
Okay, what's the trick?
Well, you remembered the 3 and the 4, so what's the square of 3?
9.
And what's twice 4? Double 4.
8.
So that's where you get
Don't let me hold you up.
3,
Just
4,
pick the
9,
ones you
8.
want for the list.
Oh, shut her off.
Oh, I know where it's at this time. Okay. Hey, let me get this over to here.
And it's showing United States.
Now hang on a second. Let me shut down the video from your other computer. And we're not getting any echo yet, so I'm going to try just the video and see if that'll get us a good show. So here's Zoom. Yeah, so it defaulted to United States. Go ahead, next step.
So we got past that step. Oh, and look, US.
Yeah.
Right keyboard. Yes, it is. No, we do not want a second keyboard. Internet's still unplugged. Yes, it is. Oh, gosh. I got to kid it. Hold on. I got to plug it in. No, I do not have the internet because I'm cheap. I want to continue with limited setup. And I want to call this TV. Go next. No password. I could be mean though, put a password on it, not tell her the password. Okay, so I'm going to leave location on. I'm going to turn off diagnostic data, find my device, inking and typing, advertising ID, and tailored experiences, leaving only location services on, except net. Almost done.
All right. We got some friendly expletives for finally doing your language thing. Boomski and finally.
Which one came from Black Watch?
Neither. B.H. Ringer
Oh, wow.
was Boomski
Oh,
and Mr. Funseeker 57 was finally. In all caps with 3 exclamation marks.
So a while ago, I forget what you were doing, but I was showing people we have rescue orchids that we do. People rescue dogs and cats. We rescue plants.
Okay.
Quite proud. I'll show you real quick while we're waiting on that. We've got 6 of them now, and these are all rescue orchids, but this one's the one I'm the most proud of her with, and I do absolutely nothing with these.
Wow.
They're her orchids, but that was a dying plant and she got it to bloom.
Wow.
So, and then over here, that plant right, let me turn it this way, this plant right here, that is a avocado plant that she's thinking she's going to plant in Illinois, and it survived, which it won't. So I'm trying to convince her to put it in a pot and keep it indoors. And these are lemon trees right here that she grew from seed.
Wow.
So pretty interesting. Now I have plants, and yes, they're before Zoom or before Blackwatch says they're legal. There's nothing illegal about them. I have a garden. We have gladioles. We have dozen rose bushes. I have sunflower plants as tall as I am, and I'm 6'4". Just all kind of plants. So I'm going to plug the internet in now because we are to this point.
Okay, so I'm gonna read a comment from Wintermute. Display language being on UK means this computer was set up with Windows 10 UK that was then inherited by Media Creation Tool for the other computer. I think that's the other way around, actually, because it appears this Windows 10 USB that you had, I think you told me that you created that originally from your mom's computer. Is that right?
Yes, that is
correct. You created that from your mom's computer, and it was defaulting to UK. When you go into create with defaults for this computer, there's a checkbox, and that was showing up as UK. And when we got to investigating it, we found out that was a confirmation. Now you use that memory stick to install Windows on your new build.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. So it was created UK from mom's computer, which is a laptop.
Right. So we do want to make these a lot discoverable on other PCs right here.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. There we go. Yes. And I should be able to get you back on log me in here by double clicking here. I need to get me one of those gizmos you put your iPhone in and hold on to.
Oh, it's sweet. Like it a lot. So let's see, we're calling this Ken's TV computer. Ken's TV Dell, we'll call it. And it's a laptop, right?
No, it's a desktop.
Oh, it's a desktop.
Yeah, I'm so anti-laptop, it's not even funny.
Oh, okay. Well, I misstated a few minutes ago calling it a laptop.
I do have a tablet that we got so that we can put movies on there while I'm driving. She can watch the movies. I need the support connection number.
680-704.
Start to download.
And those plants, it looked like they were on the kitchen table. Does that make you vegetarians?
No, we're not. Nope. We haven't eaten on a kitchen table in 10 years.
Oh.
Well, when we visit family, we eat at the kitchen table, but here, no, couch, TV. We're trying to figure out how to rework that room to make it a little bit more feasible with the plants, because they grow really well there from the light, right? Doggone, I hit that button again. Right there, and from this window right here. So you can see that's one of my plants up there. She doesn't touch my plants. I don't touch her plants. Well, orchids, I tried to grow them and I was unsuccessful. So she said, "Oh, I can grow them." I'm like, "Have fun." And we all know that the gardening and the flowers outside is she points where she wants them, and I dig the ground up and put them there. And we did that, which we all know is I did that. That's all good. So you should be able to, let me get rid of this. Yep, application is running as a Windows system service. Click on OK. There we go. Oh. All
right. So now let me do the calling card. And that's gonna, put that on there.
Oh, you could have done that.
It's downloading that. So that's going to put an icon on your desktop, so you can just double click it to get me connected remotely. There's also an unattended access capability within the software to where I can connect to a computer without you being present, but we're not doing that for YouTube clients. So then there were a couple things that came through. Gary telling us to image the drive now. You can have Windows 10 install with all options from the server. Yeah, I'm not sure. What? You can have Windows 10 install with all options from the server. Oh, I think that's referring to all the language. Yeah, and that makes I recollect that, but I never need anything other than U.S. English. No wonder this takes so long. Doug hacks Ken hacks Doug. If you were still in Las Vegas, you could grow those other plants legally. I think he's in Illinois. Yes, he is, but he moved there from Vegas. Bet he didn't get it. Bet he didn't get it. Bet. What? Bet he didn't. LOL. Get it. Bet. I don't know. I think my brain's starting to fade a bit. Smoke them if you got them. I don't have them. I can inhale free from my neighbors. Ken eats fig Newtons while he's driving. I'm not even reading the names of the author. I'm just reading these. You can guess who wrote them, I think. Some of them.
Yeah.
Fig Newton's too funny. Why does Ken not sign in here? Oh, well, he's currently off YouTube. Doesn't have YouTube running on anything right now. Gary, it was a joke. I figured that. I just did. Oh, Bet Gam. Oh, he's referring to my name. Bets. Yeah. Got it. And Las Vegas. So you're from Las Vegas, Ken, and you're dealing with somebody that has the last name Betts. Go figure that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm caught up with chat. Coming back to you. Bring us up full screen. And what are we doing? We're on here, the TV computer. So let's get this on Zoom. We might as well. I don't remember. Does this computer have camera and microphone? I don't think it does.
It does. Yeah, I brought
it
one
does.
in when we first started. I brought one in real quick.
All right. And then join the meeting. And okay, I said I was going to watch this closely because it's weird how this works. This looks like it's going to connect to the Zoom session using the browser. And then join. And I think when I click join, it starts doing a download instead of joining. Now this
It did.
bottom left corner, it did.
Yeah.
Your download should start in a few seconds. And then here it says already installed Zoom launched meeting. So that would use the app. But we should not be clicking launch meeting here. That's going to get you into kind of a mess. What we really want to do is install the app down here in the bottom left. This is just weird to me. This has caused people to go the wrong path when I'm trying to talk them through it by phone.
Yeah, because they put it right there in the middle of the screen with the big blue box around it. And you would just, you would
like
gravitate to that thinking, oh, this is where I need to go.
And I think if you do that, it will join the session in the browser. But then you never wind up installing the app, which is better. And we're waiting. It looks like it's wanting you to click on that there. Okay, so Ken's TV computer. So this is how you're going to show up to other people.
Okay.
So it's not really intended to be for you. Now, but remember my name for future meetings. So if you do other Zoom meetings, maybe this is not a way that you want to be identified. But of course, you can always change that. And
Sure.
you know that because you're a hacker. Be ready to
And
shut down your phone.
got it.
Okay. So
Basically, I'll figure out where to put this. It's an old.
I just muted your phone. But I didn't want to mute. I didn't want to mute the computer. Huh, that's interesting. It mutes or unmutes both. I haven't heard you, Ken. Can I hear you?
Testing 1, testing 2,
Yeah.
testing.
Yeah, I hear you.
We're good. Oh, that's a big picture.
Yeah, you'd probably gallery view would be more comfortable. So let's see, on your phone, Zoom app is still running.
Is that the other computer that's running?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's the other computer.
And I apologize for this camera. It's ancient.
Let's go to the new build. See if I can. I have that video turned off. Oh, I know why. Oh, that's showing up right there. That's just on his computer. He's seeing all 3 images. My computer is not displaying non-video participants. All right, so then I can switch back to this computer and we can minimize that. So this is the TV computer.
Right.
And we'll stick that thumbnail down here and go do some stuff. Let's see, we're caught up with chat. 24 concurrent viewers, 13 likes. Thank you everybody for being with us. And do you want Carrie's tool run?
I honestly don't know what it does.
It's Windows 10 optimization tool, and I really don't think you care about it for your TV purposes because you're not going to be using this so much as a computer.
No, it's.
So I think that's kind of pointless, really. Now let's see. So what all do we want to do with this? We could do Dell updates, driver updates. That would make sense.
Right. And we could check to see if QBox is gone, which I'm going to put a quarter on and say it is.
Oh, my last name is Betts. I'm putting 50 cents on it. Okay, yeah, there's no Windows.old, there's no program files old, and there's no QBox.
Oh, that's wonderful.
This is all clean.
With the exception of the PFR logs, everything's got the same date. So that's good.
Uh-huh. Performance logs of 2019. That's interesting. appwiz.cpl to see what programs are installed. Edge, OneDrive, Zoom, and my remote connection.
Empty.
Empty. I'm sure Wintermute will have an explanation for what that is. Okay, so as far as Windows updates, Gary's asking if we've done those yet. We haven't checked on them, but they're probably running. There's the progress bar up here. Yep, pending installs, so it's been running for a little while. I think we can push it along a little bit by clicking install now, because all these say pending install.
Hey, let's check Windows security and see if that's working.
Oh, yeah.
Original problem.
The original problem.
Let's bring Chad up to speed here. This started when Windows security did not work on my mom's computer because she had inadvertently gotten a Trojan that was not letting it run. I bet that wants us to sign into OneDrive.
Yeah. So dismiss that. Or sign in for Microsoft is the other one it wants us to do.
Yeah.
For better protection. And then your most notable demonstration of the problem is when you clicked quick scan, it would not start scanning.
Oh, amazing.
I never even saw a 0. You were demonstrating on your computer it would be at 0 for only a second.
Yeah.
But I didn't even see the 0 here.
It was instant, and it's obviously going to come up clean.
Yeah.
I hope.
Gary says software or hardware. Let's see. Software. Carrie's tools allow you to set defaults one at a time. Have you done all the updates yet? 20H2 has performance logs folder. So Jeff is saying his 20H2 has performance logs dated December 7th, 2019. That sounds like the same date it is on yours, isn't it? Is that what we just saw?
I believe it was 19. Yeah.
12/7/2019. Yeah, that's what his has. Same date for Jeff Ryman.
The time is 2 hours off. Again.
Oh, all right. We'll go look at that in a minute. So let's also look at WinVer 21H1. So Jeff Ryman is saying 20H2 has the same perf logs folder date stamp as your 21H1. See, I'm wondering if it has to do with the performance rating scheme. You know, there's that performance rating scheme you can run on your computer. You can even do it with Windows 10, but it was kind of removed after Windows 7. I was wondering if that folder stamp is...
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So, what was the other thing you were just saying we should go do?
The time is 2 hours off.
Oh, yeah. Ken, does Defender work now? Yes, it does. Cookies on my computer won't delete. Okay, we'll come back to James in a moment. Right click on the time, go to adjust date time. There we go.
Now it's on Pacific time. How to get to Pacific?
So the installation media, all we selected about that was United States. We didn't say anything about time zone. Somehow it's not sensing time zone automatically. By default, somebody pointed out by default that's turned off. So why did it assume Pacific? Why would it make any assumption?
Right.
So let's see if this fixes quickly.
Nope. Still Pacific.
Give it a moment. And close this window, go back in. And then try sync now.
Wow.
Give us a check mark. Still says Pacific. I wasn't watching when you made the privacy selections, but I'm sure you would have left location services on.
I did.
Yeah, well, you know, things come to my mind about trying to chase that down, but frankly, don't have the energy.
That, and it's another rabbit hole, and we'll fix that, and something else will come up, and
Yeah.
yeah,
So
that
there-
changed. Good.
Yeah, that changed it. So 1 minute, 19 seconds, no threats. Taking a look at chat. Okay, so James Bond in chat asks, the cookies on my computer won't delete. Can you help? Yes, be happy to help with that. I can't say that I know offhand what the problem is, but I'd love to do a Zoom session, connect remote to your computer, and do a live stream with trying to get delete those cookies. So the way to request that is to send me an email, DougBetts at LiveWindowsTraining.com. I'll display this email address again at the end of the video, and you can certainly come back to find it on the video too. So, continuing, Ken and Doug are no longer so much fun ever since they got on the Windows wagon. You know who that came from.
Oh yes, I do. Yes,
But so I got to struggle to understand it. Ken and Doug are no longer so much fun ever since they got on the Windows wagon. How are we on the Windows wagon now and we weren't previously? I don't know. Jim says it always defaults to Pacific, but why does it not detect the correct time zone? I would think location services should be able to do a better job of that. Jim says $$ is in Washington. It always defaults to Pacific. Oh, Microsoft is in Washington. Why it always defaults to Pacific? It's completely normal, he says. Gary, but still, why can't it detect the time zone? That doesn't seem like that would be such a stretch. Set up Hyper-V, then set up Windows subsystem for Linux. What? Gary is telling us set up Hyper-V, then set up Windows subsystem for Linux. Is he referring to somebody else, or is he telling us to do that? No, I'm not going to do that. Mustache, that's chit chat. That's chit chat. That's chit chat. No issue. Why don't they delete slowing me down to? That's chit chat. Gary, do you go to WW? Windows Weekly? Is that what he's asking me? Linux was joke. Oh, Gary's saying Linux was joke. Okay. Do you go to WW? Windows Weekly is the only thing I can come up with. Jim, Hyper-V is running for VMs. Can you make VM? I'm not going to read VM stuff. And chit chat. Okay. So James Bond, I give you my answer. You've got my email address. I'd love to do that with you. Assuming you're serious about that. I think so, because I think we're about done, Ken. Do you think?
I do. I'm trying to find my login information. I was going to check something real quick. I'm pretty sure it's going to be good. Let me try something here.
Oh, WW. Maybe that meant Windows Wagon that Blackwatch was talking about.
Oh, yeah. Well, my immediate thought was Weight Watchers, but
oh, we live in an acronym enriched environment.
oh, this might take a minute.
Let's see, I need to make adjustments here.
This would be this one. Uh-oh.
James Bond says he is serious about the cookies. I ran like 3 programs and my cookies don't delete. I'll email you sometime. I want no cookies unless chocolate chip. I like a clean PC to speak. Absolutely be delighted to help you with that, as will the chat room. BH Ringer to Ken. Have to go. One last tip if you like watching live sports. He gives an address, vipleague.lc. Suggest installing uBlock Origin browser extension to get rid of ads and redirects. You'll have to...
That looks good. I mean, it came right up. Well, maybe not. Hang on. Maybe I'm ahead of myself. I don't want Prime Video. Imagine that, me getting ahead of myself. Oh, that's just shocking. Yeah, I think this is going to be fine, Doug. I really do. I've seen that. That's not too bad. So
let me give you. I'm going to paste something on your computer screen if you let me have the mouse for a moment.
Sure, it's all yours.
To Notepad. I'm just going to paste a message from BH Ringer since you're not in the chat right now, and it might be cumbersome to find that. So that is from...
Oh, nice.
Let's see.
Yeah, if I accomplish what I want to accomplish, I'm going to need a way to watch some sports, specifically the Big Ten basketball. But other than that, no.
You got another technical term here. Let's see. From Jim, uBlock is the shizzle. If that helps you. Okay, so Ken, I'm going to bring you.
Yeah, we can disconnect, and then I appreciate it. We got this one up and going. I think my new rig is good the way it is. I don't see the need to do anything with it other than get OBS on it and do at least one broadcast to see how that's going to go, and then go from there. So.
Okay, if you'll do me a favor, just hold the phone up at eye level so we're not looking up at your chin. I'm going to bring you up on Zoom, and you can just wave goodbye and say whatever goodbyes you care to, and we'll disconnect from everything.
Sounds good.
Okay. Catch you another time then.
Thank you, Doug. Thank you, chat. Talk to you later. Blackwatch, I'll hook up with you later on. Take care. Bye now.
All right. Bye. Okay, and there we go. We are a wrap, everybody. Thank you so much for being with us. 19 current viewers at the moment, 15 likes. And what is my next? New video series, new, what we call it? Watch list, not watch list, view list, something list, new series on my channel starting tomorrow, probably with the 8 a.m. segment. All right, goodbye, everybody. Thanks for being with us. Have a great day.